look like Wolverine and came here. Nigga, he does.
Get out the pen.
Nigga look like the first nigga on this earth.
Welcome back to another episode of the Jaam. It's JJ, AB, Allen, and Matt. The same way it always is. What's up?
Same way it always is. What's the word?
I'm excited.
I'm super excited for this.
We have a lot of breaking stuff that's happening. We got some evergreen stuff, which we'll explain what that is. But we got this episode is going to be very good. So stay tuned. Before we even get there, you know what I'm going to do. What do y'all say?
You know what we going to say. You need to subscribe. You need to like the video.
You need to share.
You need to share that. Why wouldn't you do that if you really fuck with us?
They got, bro. Yeah. If y'all don't share this shit, I might find you. I might find you. You gotta share the shit. You gotta like, subscribe, all that, man.
This isn't free labor. Lock the fuck in.
I've noticed we've been getting a lot of people who are coming from like TikTok and Instagram. So if you've been seeing the clips. If your attention span is tried, trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Sit down, get your popcorn, your snacks, everything you need. Today we're going to be talking about what's bro name?
Ashton Hall. Mr. Saratoga. I know y'all ready for that. Let's get into it.
We're gonna talk about Ashton Hall. We're gonna talk about our own like fashion journeys, along with some personal lore and other conversations about masculinity and stuff. We're going to talk about the breaking news in the federal government with leaks and shit happening.
Bro.
We're going to talk about scamming, shoe culture, resale culture, all of the above. It's going to get crazy. And then we're going to respond to some of your comments that you left with the hashtag JaamTalks.
Hashtag JaamTalks. We appreciate all of y'all that's using it for real. Like, I saw how many people was using it. Like, you know, maybe smile.
No, it was so cool seeing like all the positive feedback. I'm like, damn, they actually like it.
No, and then there's some bitch ass. Five minutes. The B word, you know what I'm saying? But it's some how do I put it? It's some people out there that's talking that mess. You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to, guys. We're trying to clean up our language for you guys. For you guys, I mean for YouTube.
And you know it's bad because I remember my mom was at this brunch and with like the whole family, and they were like, "Oh, Allen got a mouthful." And I'm like, "Fuck!" And that was the episode where I was like, "Yeah, he got his shit blown." So my entire family saw that. Yeah. So like, I guess.
No, great way to start. But speaking of starting, we forgot it last week. Let's start with the fit.
Let's start with the fit check.
Let's go.
AB, I think you go first, gang. Show the shit, bro.
Got the little chain on.
Hold on.
Got the ice cream pants, the BBC shirt, lightning fours on it.
Billionaire Boys Club. Grow up.
I didn't want to
Don't say hashtag JaamTalks BBC. Stop.
Hell no. But little something slight.
Alan, what you got on, gang?
I got the ones on some shit. Veil jeans, little white tee with the veil.
And who buying the hoodie?
Hold on, y'all see the braids? Hold on, got the braids on.
Hold on.
What is Mr. Matthew?
Is that the Soho Freedom tee dropping soon?
See ya, nigga.
Y'all keep
Freedom
missing
tee
these.
with the Columbias.
With the Columbias on their feet.
I can't even sell them no more. Good Lord.
You might as well wear them. This is like the first time. This is definitely the first time
I'm taking them out.
He was making coffee this morning. He was like, and these not dead stock no more. He started screaming and shit. I'm like, bro, what
about dead stock?
What you wearing?
What are you wearing?
You had a little chain up here, a couple chains.
Oh my God.
You got the default white tee, some jeans. Are these veil jeans, yeah?
They are veil.
Those are hard. What's on the toe?
Queens.
Queens.
He came stepping with he had to show how much money he had.
You'll get robbed back this episode.
What?
Hashtag JaamTalks. But
but yeah, besides what the fuck I'm wearing, let's talk about the world, beginning lightly. So I heard some very good news about our homie Bronny. We've had a very famous conversation on your birthday about Bronny, actually.
Bro, so we had a conversation about Bronny on my birthday, right? I think this is where, if y'all don't know, Bronny, LeBron James' son.
LeBron James Jr.
You know what I mean? LeBron James Jr. He ended up scoring, what he had 39 in his G League game.
Yeah.
And then he had 17 in an actual game. Yeah.
Oh.
Versus the Bucks.
The Lejeans kicking.
Bro, and I would say this, right? I think not everybody, right? But I feel like everybody or most people are happy for Bronny. And I see a whole bunch of people keep saying like, oh, but y'all always talking bad on. it wasn't even that, and that's what I was saying on my birthday. That big conversation we had, bro. It had nothing to do with if we think Bronny's going to get better. It had everything to do with how he got into the league, right? Which you're not gonna get rid of the nepotism. Your father's a billionaire, best
kind of like you
on earth.
And nepotism's also like well established in the league for other
bro,
people.
in everything. You know what I mean? And especially sports. So it's like, it's whatever. That's all I was saying. But I am happy to see you doing good.
I have to give a personal lore with this. I remember Matt was in the bathroom. Me and JJ were sitting on the couch.
Oh my God.
And then we were talking about Bronny, right? Me and JJ were talking about Bronny. He had like 6 points. No, not 6 points. He didn't even get in the game. So I was like, you know what? Let's prank this nigga Matt and say he got on the court and dropped 30 points. And he was in the bathroom.
No. 50.
It was 50.
It was 50.
I was like, JJ, say it like on one. We count down. We're like, Matt. He's like, what, bro? He in the bathroom. We're like, Bronny just dropped 50 points.
Mind you. I'm blowing my ass in the bathroom. I was on that toilet so long, nigga, I forgot, nigga. Like, I was falling asleep on that toilet, nigga. When I heard them scream, Bronny had 50, nigga, I ain't never wiped my ass. So,
bro, I'm gonna tell you, he didn't say a word, nigga. All I heard in a minute was that toilet flush.
Bro, I was so excited, bro. I was so excited.
Off of that. I felt so bad, bro.
What? I'm running outside.
Come on, let's go.
Bro, I get out there, they're dying laughing. I was so mad.
And then he
killed my whole
like,
night.
He was like, show the stats. And I showed this nigga stats. He didn't even touch the floor. That was so funny.
Yeah, but it's crazy just to see it now, though. Like, he literally dropped 30, damn near 40.
Yeah.
Damn near 50
in a
points.
league game.
That's
They say he was ass.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing to see that he's like finally.
It is, bro.
Hell
Especially
yeah.
because the whole heart thing that happened with him. Like,
Yeah.
bro, there's so
Oh,
many
yeah, I forgot
crazy
that.
injuries that's happening. Damian Lillard just got injured and
A blood clot,
bro. That could be
How the
career
fuck
end.
how do you get a blood clot?
That could be, I don't know, bro, but that could be career end.
be
That
done.
shit was
Same
same thing that took
Wembanyama.
Chris Bosh out. Same thing that took Wembanyama out. Right now, like, yeah, bro, them blood clots.
It's a lot of
none to
star
play
players
with.
getting injured. Kyrie Irving, Juju.
just
They both had an
Juju's
ACL
gone
tear.
down.
Like,
Yeah, Juju
Oh, I
Watkins.
seen. Yeah, that was
bro.
crazy.
It's so crazy because she just became like super prominent. Like, I'm starting to see
Yeah.
her everywhere. I'm like, damn, WNBA stars. It's like she getting her flop.
Bro.
It
Then
sucked,
the
bro.
ACL.
Crazy.
Yeah, and I was saying this to them yesterday. The thing about basketball is like, as much as they're like so much pros, you become a star, all types of shit.
Yeah, money.
It's the thing of like, each game could be your last because basketball is so damn demanding that you have no idea what will happen to you because you're giving your all each game.
Yeah.
So like, bro, you could have a game like.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say I see why they get paid so much because some contracts are outrageous, right? But
Ben Simmons.
yeah,
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons is making more money than like your high school teacher is outrageous.
He's making more money than me. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right, let's get into bag work.
Yeah, let's get into it,
For the life of me, cannot remember who's going first. So one of y'all.
AB's
pick
going
it up. AB, yeah. So let's talk about corruption.
Go ahead.
Corruption in the sneaker game.
This
Oh
is not
my
going to be the
God.
last time this topic comes up.
Yeah.
Topic of
Corruption.
this episode is
Corruption.
corruption.
Hell yeah.
Nothing new.
Just corruption.
Corruption
So
of the
before
youth.
I start, I want to ask y'all, what is y'all experience with reselling for sneakers?
Oh man. Okay, I got a quick little lore story.
ahead.
Boom, right? So me and is it 5 minutes? All right, me and my nigga Alan. Me and Alan, bro. We
This is
used
the
to-
story. I
we-
think I'm gonna fall to my knees.
Yeah, you know you are. Me and Alan, bro, like I would just say this, right? Especially young black man, we just wanted to go get it, man.
We wanted
You know
it,
what
bro.
I mean?
Bad.
So we was trying everything to try to get some money, right?
Tax fraud. I'm playing.
He is
not
kidding.
investigate.
He is kidding. He's kidding.
Nah. But me and Alan, bro, we was just trying everything. So I remember we started reselling. We was trying to resell. We was researching everything. We had the bots going, or we didn't have the bots going, but we was trying to get the bots going. Like they're like sneaker bots that can help you get the shoes, like all types of stuff. So I remember one day the Union Red or University Red dunks
Red
were
dunks.
coming out, and those was reselling. You know, white and red dunks. They was reselling for $1,000, bro. Me and Alan stayed up the entire night. We were waiting on the site. We see them. Boom. We immediately cop them. Immediately, mind you, it's $100 shoe flipping for $1,000, bro. We was geeked. He got a pair.
Insane.
I got a pair.
Nigga,
We're geeked.
bro. we get that shit. We're like, bro, we're up. It's about to change.
Everything's about to change.
It's about to change. Nigga, the trajectory of our lives. Nigga, Culver's on me. Culver's on 3. Nigga, Culver. We were locked, bro.
No. We take a nap. We wake up at 11. He woke me up. He said, "Matt, bro." I was like, what happened? He's like, "Matt, bro." I'm like, yeah. He like, bro, check your email, bro. I was like, I checked my email, bro. They was like,
canceled y'all.
Our order got canceled because the site got over flooded with orders, so it was just sending. Yes, bro.
And
Bro, I was sick.
I was like,
It killed the entire day.
it did. I don't think we got back on
No, we
until,
didn't get
mind
back
you,
on.
I called him at 11 a.m. We didn't get back on till like 11 p.m.
Yeah,
Nigga, we had to
killed
chill
the whole day.
And it was such a
No.
big thing that it was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
This was a thing that just doesn't happen. Of course, it happened to us the first fucking try.
Right, that's
yeah.
insane.
I don't think we ate that night.
Man, no, we didn't. Reselling was tough for us, bro.
Yeah,
What was y'all
bro.
experience?
I never actually got into resale. I always was like a sneakerhead growing up, but I was a default nigga. I just paid I asked my mama to pay the full
right.
price. Asked my dad to pay the full price. I did not download no apps. Was not doing no
Bro.
research. I was like, the shoe looked cool, but this nigga on the other hand, was
When
getting every
I
shoe.
tell you, bro, it was like towards the end of 2018, 2019, I got into sneaker reselling like heavy. I thought I was. I remember it was the turbo green ones that came out. That was the last day that I like resold shit. So what happened was I had this whole plan. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take my credit card. You feel me? I just got the $750 credit card.
Oh, that's it.
So I'm like, no, I'm gonna take this credit card, buy the shoes, resell it, replenish the credit card, and I'm gonna have some like profit saved up type shit. Bro, oh my God. I don't know what I bought. I don't know what I
Ran up
bought.
8 bands on that credit card.
But the day I went to the store, right, it was DTLR and Country Club Hills.
Holy shit.
Oh my god!
My
I
nigga,
remember
it
that.
was.
Yeah,
I was the first in line though, and then
Yeah.
I got there at like 7 in the morning, and then like I think 2 hours before the store opened, like a flood of niggas just came. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm first in line.
First in line.
I get in there, swipe the card,
no.
declined.
What? The credit card?
Credit card declined.
What?
Wait, hold on, like, I gotta try this again. Damn, I don't even want the shoes no more, bro. I
Really?
left.
I would have called my mama. It's mom.
I would have called someone.
At the time, I wasn't even living with my OG at the time. though.
Wasn't. Damn.
Bro, I'm like,
I would have been so
I went to the car, I damn near cried, bro. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this shit no more. I gotta get the fuck out.
He said he had to have an awakening, nigga.
Amazon on me.
Gotta get a job. I can't do this no
I
more.
gotta get a job.
But with that being said, bro, it's like some people when they do this resale shit, some of them make it, and some of them don't make it, and some of them do make it,
Some
and
of
they
them
fuck up.
Via scamming.
Just
the
like this
masses.
man right here named Zadeh Kicks. Have y'all ever heard of this?
Nah.
I've never
That's
heard of
a
that
name.
kicks.
Okay, so in 2013, I want to say he was like the StockX and GOAT before StockX and GOAT.
What?
So he was
Him?
on eBay reselling a whole bunch of shoes. Everybody was buying from him, right? So then 2020 comes and he decides to have this idea. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna start charging people for pre-orders. So
Always start.
That's
pre-orders.
how they always do it, yeah.
Yeah, so pre-orders, right? There would be a limited shoe or a shoe that hasn't released yet, and he would be, oh yeah, y'all can buy the pre-order from me for like probably like $50 to $100 above retail. So a lot of people
Locks it in.
locks it in, right? Locks it in. So this man, right, is a whole bunch of like he's the person that the resellers go to. So they would buy bulks of pre-orders. Tens, hundreds, thousands of
like thousands of pairs.
With the
P-
assurance that he gonna come through, give it
Yeah.
to them, and then they
and
can
then they
resell it
resell that, right?
Okay.
So, oh my goodness. Okay.
sound like a pyramid scheme.
Exactly. Okay, so their whole goal was to make huge profits off of this man, right? And some of them were actually like getting through. I know a couple people that like they might have bought one shoe off of them, not to resell, just to keep type shit. But it's a lot of other people that were buying bulk. Tell me why. In May 2022, he decides to dissolve his whole company
Randomly.
Why?
randomly.
Just randomly?
Nobody knows. The
You
nigga's
wasn't
like,
facing
you know what?
bankruptcy. Nothing.
let's just dissolve
He's
the
like, I'm
company,
done.
and it left over like 65 million in orders unfulfilled.
Holy
Damn.
65 million is crazy.
Wait.
Yes,
You said
65
50 to
million
100 above resale
yes.
is. So that like what is an average of like $200 or
Six
something?
wait
65
above
million?
retail?
No. Like, so let's just say you, everybody. We go to the nigga and we're like, okay, I want to buy maybe 1,000 pre-orders, right? You want to buy 500 pre-orders. You might want to buy 10,000 because you got money.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. It's $65 million
Worth of pre-orders.
Shoes.
Yes.
You know how many pairs of shoes?
Yes, that's
You
what
know
I'm
how much
saying.
pairs that it? So like the nigga, so everybody go to him to buy the pre-order, and they were expecting for him to fulfill their orders of the pre. So like,
Yeah, that's
if I
what-
order
yeah.
100 shoes, I'm gonna get 100 shoes and resell those.
Yeah.
He dissolved his whole company. Nobody getting the shoes no more.
So
Okay,
you
so
just
there's
ordered
no way.
you just ordered 50 shoes to
You not
There's
getting
no way
resell,
to
and you
do
can't
that
even get
and
them
you're
no more.
walking around this free world just saying.
But yeah, I was
Like,
so
like-
what
what
happened?
happened?
So okay, so he dissolves his company, right? And then I believe, okay, so he dissolves he dissolves everything, and his CFO was doing bank fraud along
Right.
with the shit. So
65 million, you're done for.
You're done for.
You're
done for. You won't see the light of day.
okay,
Well, you're in the hole for the rest
Like,
of your
cook.
life.
Embezzlement.
Cook.
Okay, it's done.
so this
65 million in shoes?
65 million unfulfilled orders. And then the CFO of Zadeh Kicks, which her name was Bethany Mockerman, conspired with Zadeh to provide false and altered financial information to numerous financial institutions.
Damn.
So they did that 15 times, and that equated to 15 million in loans for the applications.
That is like the dumbest shit.
So now they're 80 million.
80 million in the hole.
80 million.
80 million?
deep.
Yeah.
You're cooked.
Damn.
You're
done.
fucking cooked.
And I know he had a Lambo. I don't even know.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I know he had a Lambo.
We gonna get into that.
Put that nigga on house on lean, nigga. You're not doing this shit.
Can't even breathe without
put a
being
lean
shit.
on everything.
Lean on everything.
all that
Don't put this
shit.
man in jail we ain't never heard
Substantial
of, nigga.
inquiries into your
Right,
record,
right.
nigga. It's done. It's done. FCC on your fucking
Nigga.
Nigga said he'll never see the light of
Nigga like they
day.
did 6ix9ine chains. Nigga, they had them bitches on
Snatched them
AliExpress.
Right. Had them shits in fucking.
Alibaba. Nigga, he done. Oh my God. So what else happened with
Bro, oh
80
shit.
million
Yeah, they
in
had
the
that nigga confiscate all his shit, bro. Yeah, cars and all. So on July 29th, 2022, Bethany and Zadeh were charged with conspiracy to commit bank fraud. And then Zadeh had additional charges, criminal information with wire fraud and money laundering.
Right.
Damn.
They're done.
Got that nigga on
They're
the Jordan Belfort of doom.
That nigga
Got his ass cooked.
that nigga
Wow.
cooked his shit, bro.
I think the thing is, because you said right, they were already like the StockX of GOAT, like before it was even a thing. So why push your fucking luck? You're already the staple in
You're
that
already
community.
making bread,
Why
bro.
do
don't-
it?
I
You
think-
don't need the extra
And that's
bread.
an industry
Exactly.
that you'll be
Wait.
in for the next how many
So
fucking
what do you
years?
think? Do you think that like, because it said that they were doing a bunch of conspiracies like to get the loan. So do you think like the entire thing was a front? Like they were doing like, they were conspiring and providing false information to get the loans to provide, to do the whole business. And when they realized they was going to get caught up in some shit, they dissolve it.
That's
And
what I
it
was
was an
thinking.
attempt to
That's
hide,
what
but
I'm
they
thinking.
couldn't.
It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you're not just gonna make all this money off of these people and then just one day.
Yeah.
Fuck
Or-
it.
or
It's
that's
all
not
the
how it
company.
works.
Like,
or you
nah.
get into a hole with like one of your suppliers or some shit. Like, okay, it's like blackmail. Like, okay, we're gonna out you if you don't da da da. So
Yeah.
to
I feel
prevent that.
my theory is maybe like it started originally with like, yeah, like I'm actually gonna fulfill these orders or whatever, but maybe like the capacity
Shit
was
got
like
way too
you
much.
got, and you was making hella bread off it. It was like we
You
could
don't wanna-
theoretically.
you don't wanna stop
You know,
the
that's the thing, right?
Like, no,
I get the Acapulco before they find my ass. No.
Wait, this nigga.
Wire fraud.
Because that's genuinely how it be. Like, I think how people get into scam is they realize how I think they realize how easy it was to make the bread at first. So we're like, you know what? Let's push our fucking light, like our luck. These niggas will never see the light.
Wait, so did they go to jail? Or
We gonna get into that.
Oh, shit.
Before I get into their charges, I just fucking thought about something, bro. I remember when I got scammed.
yeah.
It was it was a clothing brand. Their name, and I'm gonna out your bitch ass out. The name was Revival Troopers. I remember I seen they did like a movie promo for their bomber jacket. It was a nice ass bomber jacket. I'm okay, cool. I'm gonna buy it. He said, "Oh, sign up for my email list or whatever." I'm like, "All right, cool."
Right.
The day drops, right? Gets on the website. I buy the bitch. Would you believe I still don't have that shit? That was in 2023.
Oh my God.
Wait, hold on. 'Cause
We
you-
know someone like that.
That was in 2023.
Wow.
Nigga, a week goes by. I'm like, okay, maybe, they fulfilling orders still. 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Whoa, wait a minute. I go to the website down.
What day is it?
It is
March 25th?
March 26th,
March 26th?
2025.
2025, yeah.
As of today, March 26th, 2025, I still don't have my Vultures tee, Kanye West. I ordered that bitch on the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Damn.
2 years ago. Don't have that
Oh.
bitch. $48 out my account. Didn't even have the money for that bitch. I had 80. He spent half of his bank account on his shirt, and it's still not. I don't have that.
Okay, since we're on the topic of that, Billionaire Studios, you Atlanta Demons. Fuck all of you. I'm going to tell you why. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, nigga. I got, bro. I had
Right.
I had $250 in my account. Now, mind you, this is my dumb ass. Well, I had $250 in the account. I spent $150 on this.
Holy shit.
That's dumb thinking.
Fucking rat race.
My prefrontal cortex wasn't developed. It still isn't, but I'm better. Spent $150 on a hoodie. That was in. When did I go to Houston?
What for your
2021.
2021.
April?
Holy
What's
fuck.
this year? I haven't got it. It's still not here,
2021.
and they're still thriving.
I've never had like an order not be
No,
filled.
bro, I'm
did that
the only nigga I'm purchasing from is Soho Studios.
SohoStudios.co. Go to
Like,
Instagram, bro. You'll get your
Them
order.
niggas really shut down the whole website, bro. That pissed me. Like,
How much was the bomber jacket?
Oh no!
How much was it?
I didn't realize he didn't say a price.
Oh shit!
200. Nigga,
I
that would
swear,
have
bro,
bankrupted me in 2020.
the last no, I went to their profile, bro. The last time they posted was the last time I bought this shit.
God, they had
niggas did the same thing.
them niggas liquidated they assets.
the whole
Liquidated this shit. Shut down the whole website and everything. Fuck them niggas,
No, I
man.
know this nigga real mad because he's told me this story before, and he said it the exact same way.
$200.
Bullshit,
Yeah,
man. But let's
I
get back
find
into
you.
this Zadeh nigga, man.
So yeah, where they ending up, man?
Zadeh faces 50 years in prison.
Holy shit! He won't see his parents again, nigga.
20 for wire.
He's done. He won't see a clean shaven face, nigga. He gonna look like this nigga gonna look like Wolverine in 10 years, nigga. He done.
Get out the pen,
Nigga look like the first nigga on this earth.
The first thing created.
my God,
a fucking walking
bro.
Neanderthal in Rikers Island,
my
nigga. He
God.
The
done.
president stole documents and they got this nigga facing more die than the president.
Yo,
Oh my
if I had an order from this nigga and he give me nothing I see to it, he'd never see the light of day. You're going for 100 years
50
minimum.
years.
This nigga
No.
Oh my god.
Zadeh, he facing 50 years in prison, 20 years for wire bank fraud, and 30 years for no. 20 years for wire fraud, 30 years for conspiracy to commit bank fraud.
Oh,
Damn.
And the max fines 1.25 million.
done for it, nigga.
Jesus. You're
so you gonna
fucking
get out of
done.
jail. You're gonna get out of jail 96 and be broke. Fucking Lord.
Insane.
How much
bro.
did Malone get?
Malone, I don't even
I don't even know if Malone got. Did he?
I think he hasn't been. I don't
Yeah, he
know.
hadn't tried
Alleged.
Allegedly.
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
He
we don't
done-
know
he
yet.
did that
But
shit.
his CFO Bethany is facing 30 years in prison and $1 million fine.
Good God.
Well,
They'll
Yo.
both be
see
sentenced.
y'all niggas in the pen.
You said they'll be sentenced.
They'll
Tell
when?
that nigga young boy drop while you there.
Right. Nigga, young boy finna be 46 and shit. Them niggas still in jail.
He did.
Talking
go.
about young
Oh,
boy.
he'll go back
we
in.
gonna be 46 by the time his parole.
Nigga, we about to have a family, nigga.
Right. But yeah,
Bro.
they'll be sentenced in August of this year.
Yo, my stomach like hurts.
Man,
God.
see, I understand like in the shoe world, like you got to do what you got to do to get ahead sometimes or whatever. But I think that is like exemplifying to doing whatever you want in the worst way possible.
Worst fuck.
I think you have a lot more leeway with like not like scamming, but like doing whatever you want when it comes to like creative stuff, at least in fashion, in the fashion industry. because I feel like there's many more ways for you to express yourself without needing to
Then just scamming.
Hey, let me just take these 1 million pre-orders. Like, how the fuck?
Nigga, pick up
like,
an
you're not
arts
the
and
store.
crafts.
You're not going to get
design your
stuff.
own shoe
I
before.
was gonna say you have a
Exactly.
better
At
chance
that
designing your own shit.
Yeah.
Literally,
Making
bro.
some shit like that.
Penitentiary ones
That
and
is
shit.
fun.
Stupid ass.
Talking about the fashion world though, I've been seeing new shit going on. I know it's Tokyo Fashion Week. I don't know what the segment
Tokyo,
is today.
that's
Please enlighten
Let's
me.
talk about
on some shit.
topic, bro. So at first, bro, I'm be real. I didn't know what I want to talk about because there was some fashion news. But I'm like, it's just boring. Like, I've been talking about this boring shit. Fuck y'all. Like, the main thing was I had saw because I didn't know what I want to talk about. But then I saw this reel by this nigga named. Hold on, let me make sure I don't butcher him because if you see this, please.
Reels on reels on reels.
Sam Norris. And he's a big fashion influencer. I remember he just like started popping off and he was pissed as shit getting on the video. I'm like, yo, you yelling at me? What the fuck I do? But he was mainly talking, he was like, what pisses me off is like a lot of people don't realize that they are being homophobic because they just don't know. And they'll say a lot of backhanded compliments like, oh, it's gay to wear this, or you paint your nails and you're gay. He's like, how can you be homophobic in an industry that's run by LGBTQ plus people? So it's like, how can you even say those things when the main point of fashion is to push those bounds? It's to express yourself freely. Yeah. That's the point of fashion, is to literally do whatever you want. Not scam and get 80 years in prison, but, you know, to do whatever you want. And I really related to it, and it really hit deep for me because I remember growing up and a lot of people would be like, because I remember I would wear skinny jeans, right? And a lot of people like, oh, you gay for wearing that? Or like, I remember this one time in 6th grade. And I'm like, oh, I was so close to like leaking his full gov, nigga. Get docs, nigga, fuck you. But I remember I had this blue sweater. He was like, you gay for wearing this? And I'm like, what? It's a blue sweater. But I remember being in that environment, a lot of people weren't used to that. Because I remember my mom, like, she would always wear sweaters and all types of shit. And she would try to put me in, like, a lot of things that she would like.
Yeah.
Because it was just that perspective I was used to. And I fucked with it. But a lot of people would call me gay for wearing that. Or, like, Chucks or skinny jeans. And it was like, yo, like, I'm wearing what I want to wear. I'm expressing how I feel. Why is, like, the judgment there? And
that's something I was gonna say. That's something that we've all like dealt with, especially in the area that we grew up with. It's not like we started off pushing the bounds of fashion in fucking 5th, 6th, 7th grade. But like, if you did anything that was outside of like, even it's crazy to think how long ago, like people, you didn't see kids painting their nails that were like dudes or whatever. That was like unheard of. But if you did anything that fell out of that like stuff, it looked a little bit too feminine XYZ, there will be people who will like either bully you for it straight up or call you like gay and everything. Yeah. And I'm like, we'll get into it, but y'all seem to be so concerned about like having an opinion for like what especially other men like should be wearing in an industry in which you're literally you see LGBTQ people spearheading that entire space. And when it comes to like fashion, like taste, clothes, all types of people, you don't know what someone's sexual orientation is when they wearing clothes. But all types of people have popularized all types of different fits and you pull inspiration from it. It's literally the dumbest shit in the world. But like, and again, a lot of people are immature, but the problem is a lot of people hold that to this day because we were kids at least.
Yeah, exactly,
we were kids at least.
Exactly.
But now it's like full grown men doing it. Full grown men putting it on other kids. And it's
like Jared McCain, how they be on that nigga.
Bro, Jared McCain. Sorry, go ahead.
Jared McCain is a millionaire, a multi-millionaire basketball player. He's crazy good at basketball. He's
the dude that paints his nails, right?
Yeah, his nails, do TikTok dance, and he's on
the he's crazy popular on TikTok as well. And he paints his nails, and people are like, "Boy, I could never look at him like." Bro,
there was some dude
you work at Amazon.
30-0.
There was some dude, I forget his name. I wish I could. He was a college football player. He's one of like the best.
Not Caleb Williams. I know you're talking about Ryan Williams.
Something like
the
that.
17-year-old.
Yeah, the 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And he was like, and he said he painted his nails or whatever, which I didn't even give a fuck. But he gave a reason. It was like, yeah, it's for my little sister. She wanted to like paint nails, so XYZ. I see 56-year-old men in the comment section. I'd never do that. Where's our real men going? This nigga is a star football player. He will turn you on your head in a moment if you flex with him.
And he will beat your ass.
Years old, whooping your ass.
17 years old.
And he can paint his nails.
Literally. And he has the potential to make more money than your entire ancestry line. So it's like, what are you talking about?
Your opinion into consideration.
Exactly. And it's so dumb. Because like even the nail shit, right? If you want to paint your nails, fine. Imagine being a grown man judging another grown man about his nails. At that point, you're the gay one.
Yeah.
Because you're
Right,
judging
bro.
another man on not only the way they dress, but what they're doing with their life.
Exactly.
Nigga. Like, and then you see a lot of like red pill talking points. What's that one dude who does the reviews on like other people's like looks? What's his name?
FitX Fearless.
FitX Fearless, right? I remember before it was like,
Why are all these niggas named too
bro,
fucking...
it's just
Fresh and
weird.
fit,
Fresh and
fearless.
fit and fearless.
Ashton Hall.
The dawn of the day. Like, fuck.
Doom of the day.
But the main thing he would do before the clips of him like rating other men, by the way, looks was popping. I remember he'd give like advice to young men, and he would be like, "Don't wear baggy jeans; it's improper," or "Don't wear such and such because it's gay. Don't paint
Keep
your
in
nails."
mind, the same niggas that make those comments, you look at they fits.
Be
They
wearing tight ass
Tight ass.
with their titty nipples
Nigga,
hard
they-
and shit.
for
like,
bro, for other men, you'll post on your story and put a poll: "Am I gaining weight? Yes or no?"
Yeah, like-
You got your ass tooted up in the mirror, nigga.
Oh my
bro.
God,
Weird
bro.
as hell,
like,
bro.
bro, most of these people that make those comments, I feel like they dress and like do all that shit for other niggas, bro.
Yeah.
You want
They
I
do,
feel like
bro.
the
It's for
most-
other. Go ahead.
Oh, continue.
It's for other men, and you know what it is? It's literally a cycle, right? Because I imagine them growing up, and I imagine them at a point in time wanting to express themselves in a certain way. But the way probably they grew up and someone telling them, "Yo, you can't do this or wear this," they just say the same talking point to someone else. So it's literally a cycle. So they're now at the point where they're grown and they're doing things that they don't want to do because they think that's the truth.
Yeah.
And now at that point, they're so brainwashed into it's like, no, you can't do this or you're gay or this and that. But in actuality, it's not. And it's so dangerous because it's like you think of a young kid growing up who like loves fashion or loves anything they want to do, and they're like extremely good at it and have like a really strong passion for it. And it's like someone in their school is like, you can't wear this because it's gay, or you can't do this because such and such, and it shuts them down immediately.
I feel like one of the dangers and it makes me so angry because I think one of the big changes that need to happen with the mindset of men, especially in this country, is you need to like take a step back for a second. There's nothing biological since you're a kid, since you're a little boy, that makes you want to wear jeans or want to wear like blue or other types of shit.
Right.
That's not something that you're just born with. That's something that you take in as a product of your environment. So that's why it's understandable to get raised with all these preconceived stuff about what makes you less of a man, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
But what you need to realize, hopefully through getting older, is that hamstrings your ability to be who you want to be.
Exactly.
You're trying
And
to
that's
define
literally
being,
fashion.
Yes,
That's
you're trying to
literally it.
define being a man, being masculine by these rigid black and white categories where you gotta wear a fucking polo, and if you do anything more than that, you're cooked. Well, what you're essentially saying is, in this world where there is no concrete parameters, I'm going to set one in a way that makes men unhappy and shallow as the fuck. Because you're now taking away any expectation, any chance you had of trying to like find out a different thing that works for you and discover yourself individually as a man instead of trying to live up to everyone's standard.
Exactly.
But you're the one who's actually awake though.
nigga
You're
wearing
the one who
skin
took the
tight
red pill.
compression shit, trying to tell me what the fuck.
It's-
You
come
wearing
on,
Nike.
bro.
You know what's so crazy? It's so funny, right? Because back then they weren't wearing like the tight shit like that. Because back then, you remember, it was gay. But then the same people that you make fun of and be like, the same
Back
people
then,
you
that
make
was
fun
the whole
of.
point. Like,
exactly.
the
It was
tight
gay.
ass flood and shit.
And the
Yeah.
same people back then you made fun of wearing this tight shit and calling it gay. Those people you made fun of made it normal for now you to wear that same thing.
I
Literally.
remember I used to get made
It's
fun
insane.
of for wearing like V-necks and like button-ups and shit like that in school. And
Like what?
It shows you how fucking arbitrary it was. The people who founded this country was wearing heels, powdered wigs, and they was weeping in a manly way.
You're
Literally,
not
get the
wrong.
fuck out of here. What are we
wrong
talking about? And those are your founding father,
Model man.
George Washington, nigga.
houses.
He was stepping in stilettos. Shut your dumb ass. like
literally, like you would say all that shit, but like Prince is your grandma's favorite artist when she was making baked mac and cheese.
Exactly.
Like what are you talking
And you
about?
think Prince wasn't fine when it came to women?
Yeah,
Like what?
bro. They said
He
Prince-
pulled- he
Prince-
was
Prince-
pulling.
nigga.
No,
Buddy
that be the
was
crazy
pulling.
thing, right? Because I remember, case in point, like Rocky, like painting his nails, or like Tyler the Creator painting his nails, and it's like y'all say like these people is gay, but it's like
They getting the
they
most,
getting
right?
men.
If niggas wasn't so scared of the word patriarchy, you'd understand exactly what like that feeling
Yeah.
is. When you're in a comment section talking about how another person who especially is successful being themselves is like less than you or something, or should be looked at as less than because they paint their nails, something's gone incredibly wrong, because you wouldn't say that any additional thing or shoe that you wear or something makes you less of you, but you say that for other people.
The most outward compliments you've ever gotten on a fit was when you were wearing like heeled like boots.
Yeah.
Fire.
Bro, he had heel boots on, a sweater, and some pink jeans, and a woman.
Yeah,
you got
came out
Done. Yeah, we were gonna get into our glow ups with time.
Yeah,
and like what our
fuck that. Let's do this.
because that fit is actually put. So look where we started.
Oh my goodness.
Good God.
Let's do this.
So
Good God, man.
let's put it on fucking paper. Those are Air Max 97s. Yeah, some default ass ripped jeans. This is like the high school nigga 2018 to 2022 fit by default.
I don't know why. I'm very scared to see what my picture is.
I can't believe we did. Like, this was and I still have the hoodie, right? But the point of this is being, it's very inoffensive, very like traditionally like a dude or whatever. I was wearing this fit 9 times out of 10 in high school because I just didn't have my own style figured out.
Yeah.
So I was just like, cool, whatever.
Shit on.
Like, I'm just go to the store, pick up something, looks like cool, looks like something a dude would wear. Cool. Not really that much thought into it besides maybe like color matching. We go from that. That was me senior year of high school, actually.
Fucking bad.
Fucking bad. You know, I got hate for this too.
Christ.
Like, people in the comments, they were like, "Those boots are women's for running. You can't be out."
running.
Someone,
Women for
or
running?
for walking or something. Someone was like, "Oh, you can't wear that in Jamaica." Da da da.
fire for that.
Fire for that.
Don't
I'm
call
like,
you
alright.
Bakuman and shit. Like, hell no.
I'm like, motherfucker, I go on the internet and I like advocate for like shit with a Jamaican flag in the background of every video. You think that I give a fuck
Hell
about
no.
No, imagine that, right, bro? You not only have like woman, because those are woman boots.
Yeah, let me
Nigga,
tell
you have
you.
a whole purse on.
Let me explain to you something. When I was wearing that bullshit ass fit in the last picture, I didn't get not near one compliment. When I was wearing that, 2 women interrupted their day walking down the sidewalk in the middle of the street and was like, "You look like amazing."
Yeah.
W.
Wearing the womenly boots.
Bro, the
with
amount of people we've
y'all
been
are
out-
bullshit.
The amount of people that not only stared at this nigga, but came out of their own way to be like, "Yo, you look amazing." It was this old white woman going to this hotel, and he was like, "Oh my God, you look amazing." I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Just with
Aura.
that was the most
Probably a
compliments I've had
four-letter
like
word.
in a day. Mind you, styled by the one and only. So
The one and only
Soho
Soho
Studio.
Studio.
Hell yeah.
So,
W.
like, yeah.
No fuck.
Good God, how you include me again? Goodness gracious. Ooh.
Jesus, bro, I'm flooding.
You're
Bro,
flooded.
I'm flooding. I'm ashy.
Good
I ain't had a haircut. I ain't had a bath.
Got
and
the
I got a
COVID
face
mask
mask
on.
got a-
his
nigga got a ring.
and with
Nigga, if I was
bracelet
there
on.
right now, I'd go behind me and rip that fucking shirt off my back.
I'd go
This is October of 2020, and my ass has that yee ass Cubs jersey with them. I don't even wear those skinny jeans. I couldn't tell you where they are.
couldn't.
They could be in the.
I pray they burn.
I'm in the Chicago River right
I
now.
just threw those jeans away like a month.
Burn them.
I hadn't worn
Get them back and burn them.
too long.
I think if you look closely, you can see I'm wearing a red fucking fake AirPod case attached to my belt loop. I had
remember he
black
would do that
fake
shit.
AirPods that I bought off like Wish or some shit, and I kept them bitches attached on my hip in a
I do remember
in a
that.
bright red
God.
case.
Jesus Christ.
Let me walk out the house looking like that.
97s,
Let me
man.
fly to a different state looking like that.
Hell yeah. Let's see the
Fucking
glow up
bang.
though.
Yeah.
Bang.
Hang out.
Nigga,
Hang
look
out.
at the
Don't wear
difference,
baggy
bro.
jeans.
Don't wear baggy
Don't wear
jeans.
Nigga,
baggy.
you couldn't afford those
Nigga, you
jeans.
couldn't.
Right.
What? You couldn't
Shout out
even
who
find
besides
those.
Ward.
Yeah, to those of y'all listening, he got the Kenzo Paris. This is your birthday pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was my
Was.
birthday
Kenzo
pictures.
Paris jacket, like a beige brown light jacket with a black tie with the Who Decides Award
Jeans with the gems
gemstones,
on it, mind
yeah.
you.
With
They
the
say having
Louis
gems
on the feet.
on the jeans is gay, by the way.
Yeah, remember that was
Yeah.
bedazzled. That was because I remember back in the day
Yes,
they would
bro.
make like the bedazzled one. It used to only be for women, right? You used to mainly see that, but it's not like it ever was because rich people or people who are in fashion have always been doing
that shit.
Right.
But
And look what
yeah, that's
Let
crazy.
me see the next one.
How far we've come.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
Oh, good heavens!
You can see this nigga reflections in the water.
Like, bro. when
That
I
nigga was
tell you-
matching the 7-Eleven. That nigga matching the
I was
7-Eleven.
matching the. Oh shit! I'm not. I didn't even.
Look in the puddle.
Wait.
See this nigga genius? Wait.
I didn't even realize I was matching the 7-Eleven, bro.
That nigga.
Yo, when I tell you, bro,
Funny.
from 2018 to like 2022, you couldn't catch me in jeans, bro.
Yeah.
You couldn't catch me in
Yeah.
jeans. I don't know what the fuck I have on me, bro. That shit is disgusting.
Bro, wait.
The oil reflection cinematic.
I was gonna say, was the phone? Where'd you put the phone?
Bro, that shit was put up against the tank and shit.
Wait.
So nigga, so this is what happened, right? I parked the car. I actually got some gas though. I got some gas. See the pump in the shit, right?
Yeah.
I looked around, set up my phone on the pump. Looked around. Had to hit the stand.
If my whole God, this nigga got gasoline on his phone, had to wipe that shit
That's
off.
what I'm saying.
Man,
Put that
I think it was raining that day.
I seen so many people rocking a fit just like this
Hell
for
yeah.
years, man.
Hell yeah. Wait, can we see the next one?
Yeah, the next one. Let's see where we're at today.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That shirt is nuts.
That
Shitting.
shirt is nuts.
Like
Describe
I've never
the fit,
had that
man.
material
The
before.
proportions is
That's
crazy.
me like
is.
expressing like the fashionness. You know
That
what
was
I'm saying?
that was Atlanta. If you want to describe like what you had on,
Hell yeah. I had the pleasure tee, I believe.
oversized.
Pleasure tee. I had some baggy cargo pants. You know, niggas can't wear baggy shit and
Just
shit.
can't wear baggy
can't wear
shit.
Then I had
You
the
looking robber and shit.
lost and found ones with the Coach bag
Crazy.
and some chains.
Yeah, in short,
fit, bro.
yeah, don't waste your time listening to dudes who spend so much of their fucking time talking about how other dudes can't wear X, Y, Z.
Right.
And I'll get more into that like literally after this, but let's go into mine.
Oh,
Fuck.
brother.
Fuck. Oh, you're bold, nigga. You're bold.
I must hate myself.
Jeez.
This was Allen, nigga.
Nick,
Bro, this fit.
I remember this.
Allen starter pack right
I
there.
remember this day. Bro, Allen used to be addicted to Hollister.
Hollister.
I
was
would say
this nigga.
Hollister.
Yeah,
Hollister
man.
and Tommy Hilfiger.
This is
Hell
like
yeah.
this is the product of a nigga who ate Chipotle burritos every single day. This is that product, bro. I had a
Shit.
Hollister
Man.
shirt on, a Hollister jacket on.
I feel like
Hollister
we all.
jeans
My
on,
Hollister
bro.
phase was freshman year of high school. Because
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
what-
right
that was mine
before,
too, that was
right
mine.
it was
'Cause
Arrow
bro,
and
I
Hollister.
was like,
nigga.
bro, they had-
Aeropostale
they had
and
They had
shit.
cheaper clothes. So it
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you just
My
buying
first
shit.
day
why
of
I
high
always
school,
went.
I showed up with a bright red and white Aeropostale shirt, some white fucking pants, and some red and white like Air Maxes.
Jesus
Good God,
Christ.
dressed like a
That was
traffic
bad.
cone.
I don't think I could breathe in those pants. But
He always been making business calls though, you know. So
Always been making
I
business
was talking
calls,
to my
nigga.
mom.
and now
Oh,
look.
Now
shit,
look
look
at
at
the
him.
look at the
That's
trash.
crazy.
Yee.
With the
Mine-
mark-
Look at
And
the
I've
shit.
seen like that. I've seen Joey Badass do a similar thing with like the coat with no like sleeves in it. But
Yeah,
keep
he
in
got
mind
the-
that's something that like you've seen women do like a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly.
Yeah,
with
that's
the coat,
the
with the fur
overcoat.
coat, with
Yeah,
the-
he got the
not
what? The
Describe
white
that
tee.
fit for that.
Mind you,
describe it,
Slight
describe it.
Flex did this shit in like a day.
Yeah,
Awesome.
nah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
this was
dig,
some
man.
calm shit.
Go ahead.
But no, I had a Zara coat on, and then I just had a regular dress shirt we got. I don't know where we get it from. Men's Warehouse.
Yeah, Men's
with
Warehouse,
a burgundy
yes,
tie. Got some Uniqlo pleated pants and some H&M loafers. And then I had a Marc Jacobs on the side.
Yeah.
man.
And the thing
Jacobs.
about it though, that's like in its aspect because it's a formal fit. That looks like a more traditionally masculine thing, but you can still put a
But you still
tie,
put a
a
twist on
spin on it. You
Mind
have
you,
a
I had a woman's Marc Jacobs
yeah, but
bag,
woman's
and
Marc
then the
Jac-
coat was on my shoulder.
And I genuinely don't think since you've gotten that woman's Marc Jacobs bag, you've ever had a bad compliment.
No.
I think
yeah.
every woman who's seen my bag has
Be
tried
like,
to
oh my
take
god,
my bag.
yeah,
Literally.
Yeah.
Hell
that
yeah,
bag's
it's
crazy
hard.
as shit.
These
Yeah.
people will legit.
Literally. And
will
going
fuck you
through
up.
all that, what we said, the style evolution, the main point I want to make to especially all the young men out there is please do not fall into the standards that people make for you. Please do what you want to do. I know it will seem hard because you're younger, you're in school, you kind of want to fit in with everybody. It's only normal. But please, in the back of your mind, still have that thought and like later on, learn how to be yourself, learn how to dress like yourself, learn how to just completely
You gotta
fully
be
be
comfortable
yourself,
in your
man.
skin,
Be
bro.
comfortable
Don't
in
be
your skin,
afraid
man.
to like
Your clothes,
experiment and also pay attention to where the criticism is coming from in
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
9 times out of
Exactly.
9, it's gonna be men, and women who do reinforce those same stereotypes are often because they're socialized to expect that from men. Men that put those expectations on other men. You do not have to buckle and kowtow to what these niggas who don't even like or see women
Exactly.
tell you you should wear.
Literally, bro.
Like
and
what?
Just know any men that's telling you that, don't even listen, bro. Just know you'll shine brighter when you pick your own
I'm
path.
trying to tell
man.
bro, you
You'll
will
always
set
be
your-
that light, bro.
You will set your soul free.
You will.
If I listen to the stupid ass motherfuckers that we went to school with,
Bro.
up till now,
Nigga,
bro,
I'd have been dressing like a monotone fucking gnome or some shit. Like,
I was
yeah,
hell no,
I
bro.
would have not gotten anywhere.
at all, bro. But talking about red pill motherfucker.
And talk about bad advice.
Ashton Hall.
Ashton fucking Hall.
Who's that?
Mr. Tape Mouth himself.
Mr. Tate Mouth.
You want to know what
Saratoga himself.
This nigga came out of nowhere. I remember I still don't know nothing about Ashton Hall, which is why I'm so excited for you to talk about him. I remember randomly before you told me about him, I saw a nigga wake up on my feed on Instagram and he took tape off his mouth. And I said, what is this nigga? And I scrolled.
Please.
Little did I know.
Please tell me you have clips for us to react.
Yeah. First of all, though, I didn't know how big this shit got. Do you know how many views this shit? Just take a guess how many views it got on Twitter.
What, the one video we all know?
Yeah, the one video we all know. Just take a guess.
Let's say 10 mil.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
It was like 50 million.
Okay. 700 million fucking impressions. Yes, bro. Almost 1 billion people have seen that
Of a
video.
big brawler
Over
nigga
a billion-
just running for no reason.
Over 1 billion people between platforms have seen that video.
Is the thing with the watermelon that same video?
No, that's a
No,
different.
Where he's like-
that's a different video where
Yeah,
he's
he's
shot
taking
the basketball,
jump
he
shots.
grabbed one.
Hold on. First, before we even get, nigga bounced the basketball, shot the bitch, probably missed it, and then just
cut it and
reached to
grabbed
the
the
side.
watermelon,
And
bro.
that's
Now,
some nigga
before-
shit right
Who
there,
is
bro.
Ashton Hall? Let's get into who is Ashton. All right. Who is Ashton Hall? Ashton Hall is a fitness influencer and I guess like some sort of like coach / entrepreneur. Basically, one of those guys that's like, okay, I'm fit, I'm in shape, I got my life together.
Self-help
Let me help.
coach.
Yeah, self-help coach. Let me help other men, right? Which on paper, that's not a bad thing, right?
Ponzi scheme.
I think where it
Corruption.
becomes a bad thing is that one, but it's also like creating those false realities on what masculinity could look like, which I will say, right? Kudos to him. He definitely like pushes those boundaries. Like there's a lot of people that be like, he be getting his feet done in these videos. You know what I mean? So he pushes those boundaries. And that's why it's more so, it's just to laugh at him. It's not to hate on him. Because honestly, I don't think he, at least from my research, I don't think he hasn't really done anything nuts, right?
Yeah.
He is a narcissist because you have to be a certain level of a narcissist, to be an influencer in general.
I think it's
But also like to do the shit he does, right?
I was gonna say I also think that there's a difference between like expressing what you feel and who you are as a man and like trying to set a standard for other men to follow.
Exactly.
That's where it can get like
I think which so like why it's so funny and people are like this is just so stupid because it's just so unrealistic.
yeah. That's what it is. We'll get into the whole
So
yeah.
here,
Do
let's
that
look
shit,
at
bro.
because our viewers may not have seen the video, even though 1 billion people have. Let's look at it real quick.
I don't think I've seen the full video.
It's not a full video. It's just clips of it I cut up.
4:10 a.m.
4:10 a.m. He walks outside by
Nigga,
By
nobody's doing
4:13
that.
he's out.
bro.
Why is he on?
I don't know, bro. He just broke the
That
fucking
same
water.
blue water bottle.
Look, this is 8 a.m. now. He got the banana peel, white hand.
Wipes his face
Look.
down.
Wait a minute.
He said he's talking to nobody. He's talking to
Okay, right? So look, this was the funny shit. Not only are these times fucked, right? Between he done put the banana on this shit at 8:45 and then 8:46 the nigga in the suit and shit. Whatever shit.
Cool.
Nigga
They
spawned
was
the
like,
suit in
bro,
and
they
shit.
was like, this nigga's talking to his reflection. They was like, there's nobody. Because here, y'all couldn't hear the audio. But in the audio, he was like talking apparently on the thing. And he was like, okay, you made your first 10,000. Let's make it 20 next month, bro.
Nigga ain't talking to no
every-
goddamn.
You can tell by his mannerisms there was nobody on that
Right,
screen.
it was like, oh, it looks like his favorite number is 10,000.
Nigga.
Like, nigga, you're talking to no.
He done told about 20 people that they done made 10,000 this month and they need to make 20 next
Yeah,
month.
See,
Nigga,
this is
stop
when it gets
bro.
into dangerous
That's where it
territory.
gets
Because
into
now you
dangerous.
sounded like
Because now
Andrew
you're
Tate.
full.
Right.
Exactly, right? You and I had examples of that. I was about to drink my water, but I can't.
Let it go.
Examples of that though, right? You got your Andrew Tate, you got your Fit X Fearless, you got your motherfucking
Fresh and fits and shit.
yeah, Fresh and Fits and all of them, right? And
Yeah.
it be
Coach
this
Resell.
whole thing with this whole like men have to be a
Manosphere.
certain way. Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think Ashton himself is doing like horrible things. Also, this was his response to that video, everything blowing up. His response though was to be a leader, right? You either get to be a leader or a follower.
Oh God.
And Christ had followers. So I
now
just
he's
look at it.
comparing himself to Christ.
So, nigga said, so I just look at it as really just motivation and just like, I get why you would, follow.
This nigga has not had a significant
He
thought.
said he was. He said he was a leader. he woke up at 7:30 a.m. I saw a Nestle Crunch bar dive into the fucking pool, and it skipped 4 minutes as he.
I gotta
see
see
the dive?
bro.
Let's
I
see
Oh,
the
we
dive.
have the
Shit,
dive.
bro.
Watch this dumb shit, Jay.
It's not even. No. It's not the. It's that.
Oh
it's
my
the
fucking
freeze.
God.
Let's look at it. No,
7:36 a.m.
7:36
Mind you.
Some people may be like, no, y'all are like, like nitpicking and da-da-da. No. Let's look at this. 7:36 a.m. Can we see the next one?
If you're
7:4. That took you 4. You hovered for 4 minutes. This nigga was in the air for.
Nigga had 4 minute air time, nigga.
This nigga's in an entirely different state right now.
More than bro.
4 minutes.
Nigga, he was in the air at 7:36. Checked his phone midair, you know what I'm saying? Brushed his fucking
Everything.
scalp back and shit, and dove in the water at 7:40.
And you know what be killing me
Fuck
about
outta
this
here.
nigga? Like he'll have his girl like always like put a suit jacket on and be like, "Thank you, baby," or like put the like meal in. I'm like,
Yeah, it's like the modern
And
like
she's a white one.
yeah. For some reason.
if you want
White woman, white woman.
No, that
Well, you need a submissive woman, and
that's what it sounds like we're
Yeah,
ranging in the
exactly,
territory
exactly.
of, and I feel like it's one of those things where it's just like it's the lifestyle shit, but it's also trying to set your standard for what being a leader and a man actually is, and that's where it's like,
it's the
nigga, I don't gotta dive in the air for 5 minutes to be a man.
It's the true shit, bro. I mean, mind you, we didn't even like freeze frame it, but the nigga did a twerk team at
did, I saw
4:20 a.m. The nigga
Yeah.
did a twerk team with the Saratoga. Y'all didn't see it. Can we play it again? Maybe they didn't see it.
You'll see it.
Y'all didn't see the 420.
He was on
Oh, when he
twerk
was
team?
squatting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The 420 a.m. twerk team. Look, 410. He walked
he
up
started
to the
at
door at 410. Took
4:11
his shoes
him
off in a
to take
minute.
the shoes off.
Yeah. 420 twerk team. What the fuck? Nigga did 3 push-ups and then
knocks
this is
over the
all
water
in
bottle and
same
leaves it.
minute.
This is all
This in the same minute.
You can't tell me 80% of these motherfuckers
Hold
don't take
on, we
big
gotta break
ass.
this
Like,
shit down.
Oh wait.
Nigga popping his ass out at 4:20.
4 o'clock
First
in
of
the
all,
morning.
no. First of all, this nigga, we're not gonna talk about the last one where he's diving. At 7:36, you were in the air. You paused the camera, go back, refilm yourself diving again, and at 7:40, you're now in
For
the
all
water.
of the older viewers that
Yo.
don't know how this shit works, imagine this tripod, like there's a tripod. You genuinely have to dive in that bitch. Get out, move it. Dive in that bitch. Get out, move it. Dive in.
And say
Nigga.
he just took 4 minutes in the sky. Cool. This one, right? You're doing push-ups. The camera angle is changing. It's going from you showing you standing up like Jesus to you like squatting your ass to you now zoomed in on the ground. You're changing camera angle. How are you doing this within a minute?
Nigga got ankle socks on, don't kill my shit.
Nigga.
He finna piss me off, nigga. He got ankle socks at 4:20 in the
So
morning.
funny shit about Ashton, right? Because obviously people, internet starts like digging and shit, right? Ashton, he was a football player, right? Failed football player.
Damn.
Who'd he play for?
I know another nigga
Who he
that's
play
failed. Alcorn State in Mississippi.
Alcorn State.
Yeah,
You said
Alcorn State.
Oklahoma?
No, Alcorn.
Oh, that was the
Nigga
other
said
nigga.
Oklahoma. Nah. Oh, that's Jeff B.
Oh, Jeff
Did he play football?
Yeah,
He was a water boy.
Yeah,
He had like
Sorry,
36
on
yards or some shit over 4 years.
You know what's crazy?
36 in 4 years?
This nigga had 8.
You telling me this big ass nigga had 8
Wait. So you mean to tell me? You mean to tell me this big ass nigga just running for no reason?
Bro.
I seen the video.
I will say this though. The only thing he could do good is run, right?
Yeah.
He was a running back.
What was
he had
40 time?
8. He had a 4.4.
Oh,
Damn,
he
he
okay.
fast
He's
as
fast
fuck.
as shit.
I'm
Alright.
running
shit.
too.
It doesn't change the fact that he DL.
Yeah.
But 4.4.
Oh my God.
Really? You're DL. You're at 440 having your ass popped out. We know what it is. And you have a water bottleneck. DL.
And you have a water bottle back there.
Nigga can't have a
Nigga
water
can't have
bottle.
water.
No, you can't have shit. You have ankle socks on.
Right.
440. Natural.
But he also he benched 405.
Yeah.
So
Strong ass nigga can't
strong
do
ass,
shit.
running ass nigga.
With 8 yards. My
Other
nigga,
than that,
what?
tight ass suit. That mind you, this nigga will put a beater on, then put the suit jacket over the beater. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
I feel like the
Nut
issue
ass
is,
nigga.
and it's not even necessarily that he's like, again, this could just be all
Yeah,
this
like,
could
I
be
don't have
all
nothing
authentic.
against the, nothing against the nigga. I never met the nigga. He probably a cool dude, bro.
Yeah.
But at the
Yeah,
same time, it's like
It could be all authentic. The thing being
Niggas
that,
ain't
like,
popping ass and doing 500 push-ups in a minute.
Yeah.
at 420,
The
nigga.
thing is, like, it falls into this mold about like, oh, you have to be doing XYZ with your suit on, with your
Yeah.
money, with your classical water and shit to be like a real nigga who's ahead of shit.
I got a
Right.
question for y'all niggas. What's y'all And it don't got to be like a long one. I got a personal little lore. So we dropping a little lore today.
W.
So my dad used to have me on a routine, right? Shout out dad. My dad used to have me on this like routine shit. Like my dad was on some like, not some weird shit, but he was just like, call me sir. You get up at this time and then you wipe your ass at this time. You know what I mean? Like it was shit like that, which, structure, I fuck with it. But he used to have me on a routine. And then like, as I got older, like I had like mentors, I had certain niggas tell me certain shit. And I'm like, bro, I got to get on my routine shit too. So I remember this one day I was like, bro, tomorrow I'm doing this routine. So it was like 3, you always get them 3 a.m. thoughts.
3 a.m. pep talks.
So it was 3 a.m. nigga. I did my push-ups, nigga. I started writing in my journal and shit, nigga. What I do? I went to sleep, made my bed as soon as I got up, cleaned the room, put the shoes next to the bedside, nigga. I read 2 hours of my book, all that shit. And I was still working at fucking Amazon. That shit did nothing fucking for me. It was a day passed, nigga. I had the Chipotle. Nigga, I went to the gym that day. I had a Chipotle burrito that day. Nigga, the next day I was at Dave's Hot Chicken. Nigga, it was.
And that's the thing is that like, it's not to say, right? The problem that I have with people like Ashton Hall is that, and I'll get into my like routine that exists if there is one. But the problem with people like Ashton Hall is that it's mainly about like what you look like physically and the things that you're doing that determine whether or not you a real like man or whether you're going to be successful. And if you're not doing those things, if you're not doing those things, that means it's your fault. You're undisciplined. Like you're not going to get where you need to be. Whereas this nigga has the ability to be in his house doing bullshit, putting timestamps on it, making bread off of it, and that's just how he gets his hustle. If you're doing something else, you're not doing that. That does not mean anything for you.
Exactly.
Because you could follow all the fucking right steps and don't change your material circumstances. You can
Still be a bum ass nigga.
Exactly. And you always be a bum ass nigga if you don't focus at all on who you are as opposed to what you can do. That's the thing that niggas get fucked up.
So what's all y'all morning routine?
My morning routine does not fucking exist.
These days?
Yeah,
These days? You want to know my morning routine is, Alan? You want to know my morning? I wake up, I find myself in the room, I brush my teeth, and that's the morning.
I'm going to be real with you. I think the most structure we have, like these days, our podcast days. Genuinely.
I think when I wake up, I check Bleacher Report, see if Luke is playing that night. If I want to hit that 6 leg, see if I could double my income.
We do not condone gambling.
I do fuck all, my dad. I do fuck all.
Right, bro.
Yeah, oh God. What's
I think
your routine,
my routine, low key. Now that I think about it, okay, I wake up, check all my analytics first.
Yeah, that's like the first
and then
yeah, that is.
I think I get up, go to the PC, turn that bitch on, don't even start shit until like 2 hours later. Don't even eat.
True. We don't eat until like 8, 9
when was the
PM
last
every
time y'all
day.
had like an actual breakfast?
I couldn't.
During breakfast time?
Yes,
We went to
during
B.
breakfast time.
Yeah,
we went to
B.
it was St. Patrick's Day.
I couldn't tell you
Before
besides that I've ever
Before
actually,
that?
Before that,
where I fixed
we
myself real back.
went to this back roads ass IHOP. And I think they gave me food poisoning.
Damn.
Either that or they
y'all
put like
went?
some fucking
But you wanna
narcotics in that.
you
bitch.
wanna know
Got
what
knocked. When we were in Springfield.
That was genuinely the worst.
Yeah, they need to shut that bitch
They need to
down.
that was
Shut
very
that shit
bad.
Yeah, that's
down.
nuts.
That wasn't
was like-
sausage. That was.
You want to know
whack.
what killed the breakfast routine and stuff for me though? I think school killed it for me.
Yeah, bro.
I got so used to operating in that like mode where I'm waking up, I'm not even really hungry, and it's really early. I just want to I want to sleep as long as possible, throw my clothes on, and run
then
out the
get the
door.
fuck
I'm like,
out
I
the
don't
door,
care
yeah.
about breakfast. And that kind of like ruined it for me.
Yeah, I did have a cool little breakfast routine when I was like younger and shit. You know, I had the English muffins and shit. I used to put the cheese on that hoe, put the ham on that hoe.
I like tried the breakfast thing, but like, bro, every time I go to school, I just want to shit myself. So I'm like, you know what? Let's not do this.
But no, but
that's
let's think
another
about
thing,
that though. We all grew up in like getting like socialized to kind of cut that shit out just for to be efficient to go to school and shit. And you're telling me that if I'm not drinking LaCroix with no shirt on my
if I'm not
balcony
doing
at 4 in
50
the morning, then
backflips
I'm
in the air and shit.
like,
You
what?
bullshit.
Like I'm not diving in a pool.
Yeah.
Nigga dunked his head in so much fucking water, his brain loose. Nigga. Like nigga.
Oh, Lord.
They were
dunked his
nigga,
head
they
in
had,
water.
nigga, there was a meme I saw. Nigga, there was a meme I saw. They was like, yeah, that nigga Ashton, or no, McDonald's was like, we got you, and they like put like the Sprite bowl. Or shit. They were like, nigga, you gonna dunk your shit in that?
face gonna melt.
look like Two-Face, nigga. Half burnt
We said you gonna look
off,
like
nigga.
you gonna look like Reiner
Yeah.
in Attack on Titan. Nigga
Nigga.
face got blown off.
That nigga gonna look like What's the Titan that was dragging on the floor?
Rod Rice.
Rod Rice, nigga.
Go watch that show if you don't know what we're talking about. Please.
Imagine before our meetings, nigga, you put Ace's bowl in front of you, dipping your head in the water.
We gotta do that shit one day.
But I think on the topic of like unrealistic ass expectations, I remember it's always these right wing people who are the lamest niggas. I remember the other day, it was I think it was the same day y'all told me about Ashton Hall. I seen this Fox News nigga, I think his name Jesse Waters. He did like a whole segment about like, I forgot what it was in relation to. What a name. Not a, yeah. But he did this like segment where he's like talking about like what men can and can't do. He was like, men can't like drink milkshakes. Men shouldn't sip from a straw. Like, what is wrong with you, dumbass? Like,
I can't.
Okay, bro. That nigga got off air. He said, "All right, that's good," and he turned to the side and started sipping something out of it. You're bullshit.
But
fucking fireball.
That's
he went home and kicked his feet up.
Got a
put his
fucking
blindfold
mimosa and
on.
shit.
Those be the people who actually like are like gay and can't come out.
Yeah.
Those be the
Just
people
living your purpose, bro. There's nothing wrong with it.
There's legit nothing wrong with it. Y'all spend all this time advocating against them people.
Bro, you
Like,
want to get on your knees at 440 with your ass out, by all means.
I feel that it's kind of weird that all these Republicans say that type of like toxic masculinity shit, but then when they all pop up in the same area, Grindr shutting down.
That's crazy. I did hear about that.
True.
That's
What's going on?
crazy. They do like
yeah.
CPAC or whatever, big conservative conferences, and then Grindr start crashing and shit. Some of y'all got some shit you need to talk about, bro.
Let's talk about it.
We open up.
The jam.
Jam talk.
Speaking of that whole thing with the right wing and toxic masculinity, when we come to the women candidates and how they treat women in general, you know, the last two women candidates for president, you know, you had Kamala Harris recently, you had Hillary Clinton. Do y'all remember like when Hillary Clinton had like the whole emails thing?
Yeah,
bro,
And how niggas lost their
was
mind
nuts.
because there might have been like a private server, and they still have conspiracies to this day, even though the FBI recommended to not bring charges because they were like, it doesn't qualify like violating this act or whatever. Cool. There was a lot of reactions to this. I want to go to the first Pete Hegseth clip because on Fox and Friends, they talked about what happened. I just wanted to show you guys it.
Pete. Okay, let's see what Pete has to say.
It's
in
weird
2016.
Because, you know, it was a big controversy. It like damn near determined the election. It happened
Yeah,
right.
it did. It did.
Anyone other than Hillary Clinton, they would be in jail right now.
Correct.
For what has been done. Because the assumption is in the intelligence community, if you are using unclassified means, there is the potential for and likelihood that foreign governments are targeting those accounts and gathering intelligence from them, which means that individual and the others associated with them have been passing around through unsecure networks information, sources, and methods of people on the ground, covers compromised in real time.
Yes.
This is a real deal, full-blown national security
valid
standard.
concern, right?
Valid concern.
It's valid concern.
Pete know what he's talking about.
Top
right?
national security officials for President Donald Trump, including his defense secretary, Pete fucking Hegseth, texted plans for an upcoming military strike in Yemen to a group chat, a secure messaging app, Signal, that included the editor-in-chief of
You're
The
fucking
Atlantic,
lying.
Jeffrey Goldberg.
You're lying.
This motherfucker here and his team accidentally leaked a fucking upcoming bombing in Yemen to
On Signal.
On Signal.
On Signal. This nigga was trying to send this nigga a lasagna recipe and
Bombing plans. Yo. Like,
What do we call this? Is a full-blown national security scandal.
what are we talking? That's insane.
Pete, are you serious, Pete?
Pete, bro, I'm happy to hear what you think
Why
about
are
your
they
damn self.
texting bombing runs on fucking Signal?
Like, This
Okay.
is like kick days or
This
something.
is a whole
The bomb Yemen, huh?
Y'all.
So this
Nigga JD, man.
What's the word, y'all?
Looking like a thumb.
he said, so what we doing today?
He bombing Yemen and shit.
Okay,
Hell
so
no.
this is actually like damn near the biggest foreign policy, like national security blunder in like the history of this country, especially recent history. This
What the
gets
fuck?
so fucking insane.
Let's get into it.
So we start with so basically the context needed, right? So when the war kicked back up in Gaza, when Israel started their bombing and everything around like October, what happened was around that similar time, I believe November, the Houthi rebels, which is a terrorist organization, they're combating. They're in Yemen, I believe. They're backed by Iran. They started attacking like commercial ships and civilian ships going through the Suez Canal, which is right by like Africa, because that's where like a lot of global trade like goes through. All the ships have to go through that shipping lane. they started attacking them because they're like, we're gonna attack them until like you guys stop bombing and massacring like Gaza, right? So they've been doing that. Then the ceasefire period just happened. So like they stopped, whatever. And then negotiations broke down again, and then Israel bombed the fuck out of Gaza again. So I don't remember if they actually started attacking again, but now we're in the situation where the administration, the Trump administration, apparently wanted to like go attack them to get them to stop.
We're sucking the shit out of Israel's cock.
Yeah, mind you, so they wanted to go attack them to stop.
Spit
blowing
like
bubble. And you don't even have to get into a conversation about like anti-Semitism, all that shit. My thing is, if my country's giving you weapons and you continuously prove that you can't stop killing civilians, I'm not gonna keep giving you weapons.
Right.
Like
simple.
But so that happens. And then so they're trying to figure out what to do next about the Houthis, because the Biden administration was trying to be very calculated as to not, commit war crimes or whatever. But the Trump administration decided, okay, we're going to take it upon ourselves to personally attack them, right? And no one knew about this information. Then, apparently, on Tuesday, March 11th, right, this journalist, his name is, I forget, is it
Jeffrey Goldberg, right?
Jeffrey Goldberg, Jeffrey Goldberg. This journalist at The Atlantic, editor-in-chief at The Atlantic, says at 11:44 a.m., the account labeled Pete Hegseth posted a Signal team update, actually, right? Because he gets this random request to join this group chat or whatever. He got it.
Don't mind if I do.
He gets it. He received a connection on March 11th from a user identified as Michael Waltz, which is Donald Trump's national security advisor, right? He gets a random invite to this group chat. So he okay, well, what the fuck's going on? He's like, I don't know if this is the Michael Waltz, but I kind of hope it is. But all right, cool, I'm gonna just join it, see what it's about. So he's in there for a while, right? He says, at 11:44 a.m., the account labeled Pete Hegseth, again that clip, posted a Signal team update. He says he will not quote from the update from in other texts because the information was super sensitive, right? Mm-hmm. He said the information contained in them, if they had been read by an adversary of the United States, could conceivably have been used to harm American military and intelligence personnel, particularly in the broader Middle East Central Command area of responsibility. And then he did say what Hegseth posted contained operational details of forthcoming strikes on Yemen, including information about targets, weapons the U.S. would be deploying, and the attack sequencing.
What the fuck? So just imagine if that shit got into the wrong hands and then they you know what?
Nigga, imagine you just randomly got an invite to a group chat. What the fuck is this?
Nigga gave me fucking war plans.
So originally, this nigga, he's like, okay, this has got to be fake. Yeah. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, well, what's happening? I think there's some disinformation campaign because first of all, this is happening on Signal, the app Signal. The vice president of the United States is apparently in this group chat. The secretary of defense is in this group chat. The fucking secretary of state, Marco Rubio, is in this group chat. Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence, is in this group chat. Everybody, apparently, they're speculating who SM is, but that's apparently there might be Stephen Miller, who's a ghoul who was heading Trump's foreign policy in his first administration. He's not even in the cabinet this time, but apparently he might still be running point for Trump because a lot of our moves have been looking like shit he's been trying to do, especially when it comes to the Middle East.
Wow.
So these niggas got caught out crazy.
Did they say somebody was in the group chat where their phones were registered and they were in Russia?
Yes. One of Trump's officials that were in that group chat had just landed in Russia and was invited to the group chat and was in the group chat while being in Russia. And Signal,
Russian
for those of you who don't understand,
Yo.
I'll get into it, but there are specific parameters on how you're supposed to handle classified government information, right?
Not on a
Signal is
fucking
not
Signal.
one of them. And also,
that's like these niggas doing that shit on Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And also, the reason why it's also a big problem is because remember, in a couple episodes ago, we talked about how our foreign policy is shifting towards pro-Russia shit and pro-authoritarian. There is information that Russia, China, and a bunch of other countries have been trying to hack into Signal to get damning evidence about political politicians in the U.S. and everything, probably to hold over their head
already.
So we know from a national security standpoint that countries, foreign governments, have been trying to attack to get information from Signal. And y'all are on this.
Signal.
Y'all are on
nuts.
That's insane.
Bro, that's how you know they probably clicked up, nigga.
So So this is what the journalist says. One of the texts included. He said, according to the lengthy Hegseth text, the first detonations in Yemen would be felt in 2 hours from when he received it at 1:45 p.m. Eastern time. He said, so he waited in his car in the supermarket parking lot because he's like, if it's real, at this point, nothing's happened yet. He's like, if it's real, then they should get attacked like in these next couple hours. At about 1:55 p.m., he said he checks X and searches Yemen, and explosions were being heard across Sana'a, the capital city.
That's insane.
He said he goes back to the chat. Yes, so he heard
No,
about
you
this.
gotta
That's
really-
like earth shattering.
yo,
It's
Like,
like
he heard about this shit 2 hours before it happened. He's sitting in the parking lot like, yo, what the
Jam
fuck?
fam, y'all gotta really deep this shit. Imagine you're in you get a text like that, you're in a Walmart parking lot. You like, fuck it, let me just like, I don't know, search up Cali or some shit like that.
Yep.
And they're like, yeah, these niggas got bombed. Bro, that's nuts. That's like
crazy.
bro.
That
That
has
must
to
be
be
a
insane
crazy
feeling that,
feeling.
yeah.
Because it's like,
Exactly.
oh my
You're like,
God.
holy shit.
Yes.
Like,
This does not.
And you're not, and this never happens before, especially a journalist. Like, how are you being,
Yeah.
this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity,
Yeah.
right? So, just to verify, at this point, we don't know what the fuck's going on. He doesn't know if it's real. At this point in my research, I don't know what's going on. So, he says he goes back to the Signal channel at 1:48, and Michael Waltz, who apparently sent him the invite, had provided the group an update. He said, again, he won't quote from it but some of the things that were there is they described the operation as an amazing job. A few minutes later, John Ratcliffe wrote a good start. I think John Ratcliffe is head of the CIA. This is the group chat. And I was trying to like verify the shit or whatever. This is in different time zone, but the good start is right there.
that's
He
it
also
too,
says,
yeah.
not long after, Walls responded with 3 emojis. First, an American flag and fire. They included this
That's at
with it.
5 p.m.
Yes.
That's nuts.
What?
These
the
niggas said
fuck?
So
plain-
These niggas in a group
screenshots
chat,
are
but
there.
no, you gotta really think about this shit. These
Mind
are-
you, they just bombed the country.
No, I was just.
I was gonna say,
you
these
just
are-
bomb something.
These
You
are
put 3
regular
emojis.
people, like blood and bone. Same like us, same like you at home. These niggas are in a group chat sending emojis about bombing a country with civilians.
Mind you,
around
and
it.
again, the use of force, there's supposed to be congressional approval before we fucking do this, mind you. But
Yes.
since 9/11, they've done a bunch of like authorizations of military force that kind of gives the president more leeway to determine this shit. So we're just unilaterally bombing Yemen, and these niggas are celebrating.
Good start.
Good
No,
start.
what's
Good
so
start,
crazy-
man.
We
Yeah.
were literally just talking.
America.
We were
Fuck
literally
outta
just
here,
talking
bro.
about this, 'cause
What?
I remember JJ showed me this video of this guy having a fucking aneurysm trying to like talk.
Oh yeah.
Give the context.
They were
real quick.
asking, I forget who it is, but it was one of Trump's. I think it was like his border czar or some shit. They were asking him about how
Yeah,
they
it was a-
determined.
yeah.
They were asking him about how the fuck they determined that the what are they Venezuelans? I forget. The Tren de Aragua gang members. How did you determine that they're actual gang members and not just people? Because some of them don't even have like criminal records. They were like, he was like. That's what he said.
Literally,
He
he had
did
to-
not even answer. The
Don't look at the
answer
clip. The
question.
nigga literally was like,
And the whole point is they were sending those people, to like those prisons in Ecuador, right?
They were sending them to El Salvador, I believe,
Yeah.
and that's a notorious prison. That's like torture. They're sending like women have been sent there.
And
Mind
most
you,
of
there's
the people
no
have
due
died.
process. We
Yeah,
don't
people
know
have-
if they're
yeah, people
actual
have
members
died,
of this terrorist organization or nothing. There's no due process. They just sent them there, and then they try to use the justification that the judge that ordered us.
But the main point of that was I was telling JJ, I was like, yo, these niggas genuinely think this is a fucking game.
yeah, like
Yeah.
this is
Because
like
there's
fucking
no
COD or
way you
some shit.
bomb Yemen and you put 3 emojis.
And I feel like
So-
Americans
That's
think that.
like
in
so-
general.
So, and mind you, right, the only reason why they found out about this shit, right, is because they ended up doing, the journalist ended up doing the bare minimum, right? And he like reports on this shit and he removes himself from the group chat, whatever, which in my opinion, I would have stayed in there.
Yeah,
I
you're
would have
lying.
stayed
You're
in that
tweaking.
Stayed in
motherfucker.
it, but he removes himself from the group chat
Oh,
and
did
he
they see it?
They
saw
so
it,
he knew it would say they like see it, right? That he left. So he writes directly to Waltz and to the other officials. He wrote to Pete Hegseth, Ratcliffe, Tulsi Gabbard, and he outlined a bunch of questions. He's like, is this an authentic channel? Like, why are we, like, basically just asked him a bunch of the questions that would spawn from why the fuck am I in this group chat? Who invited me? Da-da-da. Then Brian Hughes, the spokesperson for the National Security Council, responded 2 hours later, confirming that those texts were real. And it says, this appears to be an authentic message chain, and we are reviewing how an inadvertent number was added to the chain, Hughes wrote. The thread is a demonstration of the deep, thoughtful policy coordination between senior officials. The ongoing success of the Houthi operation demonstrates that there were no threats to troops or national security. You tweeted out what the fuck you were going to do and how you were going to do it 2 hours before you did it, and there was no threats to national security.
That's not.
Yeah, you're fucked.
What if the Houthis saw that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
What if the Houthis got the low?
They moved the fuck out of wherever you trying to bomb.
No matter how you
Or
try
even
to,
what if it just wasn't Jeffrey in the group chat? What if you added a random number
Random person.
and the nigga put it on there while you were doing it?
What if
Now
you added an
everybody
ally
sees.
to the Houthis?
Yeah.
But on top of it, you can try to say that if y'all were on Signal talk, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
and
bro,
you know
that is
it's
very
real.
high risk.
You know it's real because not only did he say that it was real, he also goes immediate into like press defense mode where it's like, this is clearly a demonstration of the strategic communications trying to obfuscate. Yeah.
In the messages, what were they saying?
In the messages, they're
That just
literally
got leaked today.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna
shit,
get to
that's
that.
why
We're
I
not. No.
Today.
Let me set it up.
Set it
Let
up.
me
Yeah.
set it
Wait,
Set it up.
so
We
you want to
gotta
know
move.
what's really blowing me though? They added this, like, they added that, the journalist, right? I want to know whose number is kind of close to his shit.
Yeah.
They probably weren't even trying to add him. They're trying to add somebody else in there.
Somebody else.
or something. So mind you, right? This is the whole problem with this is, right? Because Signal is not a confirmed thing. The whole thing with Signal is that it's supposed to be like discreet, more discreet or whatever. And I think in the journalist reports also that Pete Hegseth, or actually says conceivably Walls, by coordinating a national security related action over Signal, may have violated several provisions of the Espionage Act. We'll get into all that, but pretty much what it was is that like they had the messages set to delete after a few weeks, right? And you're not supposed to do that because everything you do as a public official, especially in government, is supposed to be on public record.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get that. So basically, if they were to do a FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act, if a citizen wanted to know what the fuck was going on or whatever, you couldn't request what they're talking about because they're on Signal. So now the question becomes, what else are you guys doing on Signal?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What other things are you discussing on
crazy.
Signal? And why are we trying to like kind of cover it up? Let's
And didn't they say they changed the time of it?
I
saw that it was like 4 weeks, and then they changed it to like 1 week or some shit. That shit was hitting the fan.
Yeah, so it there's a lot of fuck shit happening. So first, let's begin with the comments that happen. So all this shit comes out. The reporter drops the story or whatever. Pete Hegseth is on, I think he's on Air Force One when this is all happening. So he knows he's gonna get questioned when he comes out, right? He comes out and they ask him, like, what do you think about this story? They asked Trump too. He was like, I don't know. I'm hearing about it for the first time. The president of the United States didn't know that his vice president.
Okay.
That his vice
Whatever,
president and
bro.
everyone
Within
else
the
was.
Signal chat.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Then they asked Hegseth, and he's like, this journalist Goldberg is deceitful and discredited so-called journalist or whatever. He's trying to discredit it. He's trying to lie about it. And he says
Defamation.
nobody was texting war plans. That's all I know. I'm gonna leave it at that. Mind you, at this point, that the fucking spokesperson came out already and said that those were real.
Yeah.
That message conversation I saw where he was like, this demonstrates the coordination. That was already what they responded. So then he went out not knowing that. And he immediately lied about it in Air Force One. Yes. He hopped off the plane and immediately got caught in the lie. So this has like hit the fan. There's been like congressional hearings already that have started about it. And they got Tulsi Gabbard in there, right? The first clip that I wanted to show was her being asked about the shit yesterday, right? Because she was in that conversation. I want you to see how she responds to this question yesterday.
This was yesterday?
Yes.
Okay.
There was no classified material that was shared in that. So then if there's no classified material, share it with the committee. You can't have it both ways. These are important jobs. This is our national security.
She knows.
So if you didn't hear, so she says that there's no classified material in those text messages and everything. And he's like, well, if it's not classified, then share it with the committee. Why hasn't anyone brought it, right? Then I wake up because I remember when I seen it. I remember when I seen it. Yesterday, she made a critical error because if the moment you said that there is not classified information in them texts, that means that the Atlanta
Everybody
reporter could publish everything, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not classified, right?
Let's see it.
Right?
Post
so
that
let's
bitch.
look at the text that got published this morning
Yeah,
when I wake up.
He posted everything.
Yes.
Oh, wait, so he didn't post everything.
No.
So, okay, so he didn't
he was
post
being a
everything
nice
because
guy,
he
basically.
said it was classified, right?
So there were other information in those texts, including the name of an apparent CIA operative, and he said he did not classify that or like put her name in there because of like that she's undercover as an agent. I don't want to like blow her cover, so he didn't include that. Didn't include everything else. Then Tulsi Gabbard goes in and says there's nothing classified. So he's like, I bet it's not classified.
Okay, word.
See,
Nigga, this
see.
is what I saw
Let's
when
read
I
the text.
opened my eyes this morning.
Let's read the text.
Yeah, can we read the text?
First.
Yeah.
He says,
Time.
the weather favorable, just confirmed a SETCOM were a go for mission launch. It shows
12:15 ET F-18s launch. First strike packet. Nigga, these niggas. Yes, bro.
Yes.
Like on some COD shit, nigga.
yes,
Like,
they are describing in depth what weapons they're about to use, the timing.
1345 trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is at his known location, so should be on time. Also strike drones launch MQ-9s. 1410 more F-18s launch. Second strike
This
package.
is minute by minute. This is minute by
minute by minute, bro.
These people are genuinely like,
wow.
And because I say that, it's because like
These niggas
why
don't
would
know
you-
what the fuck they're
literally,
doing,
especially
bro.
her. Why the fuck would you double down and be like, that's not true? when you
Because,
know that reporter's in that
they
shit?
can't say, if they come out and say it was classified material, they're fucked.
Yeah,
But you was
you're
on
But
the
now,
fuck to begin with, 'cause-
but now
Now
they
you're
couldn't.
really fucked.
They got caught.
themselves up
They
in
couldn't
some
get their
bullshit.
story straight because it broke too quickly on them.
yeah.
So now they
But I don't
contradicting
know- I don't know
themselves.
what you expected. If the reporter's in there, in my mind, I'm like, I don't know what this nigga's
Yeah,
from.
So
exactly.
at that
mind
point,
you,
already
mind you. So now
hit that nigga Jeff
this
and said,
is-
Jeff, we got 80 million for you.
this is what Tulsi Gabbard said this morning when confronted with this.
Oh shit.
So it's your testimony that less than 2 weeks ago, you were on a Signal chat that had all of this information about F-18s and MQ-9 Reapers and targets on strike, and you in that 2-week period simply forgot that that was there. That's your testimony?
My testimony is I did not recall the exact details of what was included there.
That was not your testimony. Your testimony was that you were not aware of anything related to weapons packages, targets, and timing.
Damn.
You're fucked.
Nigga.
Oh, you're cooked.
Nigga.
You're done.
They-
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Mind
You're done.
you, so now we have lying under oath to Congress already on at least one of them, right? And that's why they go the I don't recall.
Charges.
That's why usually they say I don't recall.
recall.
But
I don't
Tulsi
recall.
fucked up and said there was
Yeah,
no classified.
Yeah, you
No
fucking
classified.
idiot.
So it looks dangerous. out here.
PR training.
On
See,
top of
that
this,
bitch fell asleep in class.
We got better PR training. We ain't do no PR
on
training.
top of this,
bruh.
right? When the
Stupid.
journalist was initially reporting on this story, as soon as they got word that all this shit was happening, they had their assistant or their coworker like talk to lawyers. And what they said was all of the lawyers that they spoke to said that a U.S. official should not establish a signal threat in the first place. Information about an active operation would presumably fit the laws defining national defense information. The Signal app is not approved by the government, obviously. The government has its own systems. If they wanted to discuss military activity, they should go into a specially designed space known as a sensitive compartmented information facility, or SCIF. So basically, that's like a set
like-
thing that they
yeah,
have.
that's the protocol.
A bunch of people in the cabinet have that like set up in their house too, and you can't usually bring phones into it because it's like, if we gonna talk about some crazy national security shit, no one else can be here.
Right.
Now we know that one of them was in Russia, and we know that this was not permitted. I don't know if it's like actually barred from being installed on government phones, but I'm pretty sure it is. If that's the case, they said it could suggest that they were like out in public, moving about, talking about classified fucking
you know
war
how
plans.
Yeah.
do you know how easy it is to hack somebody's phone?
Yeah, imagine you lost your phone.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
you're
again-
cooked.
But then again,
Done.
that makes sense to why the journalist was added, because these niggas are just walking about and then just like accidentally probably just did it.
Yep. And there was another thing they said.
They probably just messed up.
Literally.
Yeah,
You're just
literally.
walking about, talking
People to
about
the chat,
bombing.
yeah.
Exactly. They said under the records law applicable to the White House and federal agencies, all government employees are prohibited from using electronic messaging applications such as Signal for official business unless those messages are promptly forwarded or copied to an official government account. which does not seem like that was the intention because they were set to delete after 4 weeks.
That's nuts.
So this is already where we're at. Now we have lying to Congress, and now we have fucking conspiracy theories. This is Michael Waltz, who was the motherfucker who apparently invited the journalist. And this is what this motherfucker says about it.
We're going to get to the bottom of it. I just talked to Elon on the way here. We've got the best technical minds looking at how this happened. But I can tell you for 100%, I don't know this guy. I know him by his horrible reputation, and he really is the bottom scum of journalists. And I know him in the sense that he hates the president, but I don't text him. He wasn't on my phone, and we're going to figure out how this happens.
You can't even speak. You're going to figure it out. We're going to call Elon Musk to get to the bottom of how you added a fucking journalist. And we know that it happened now because all the shit that they just said wasn't in there. No classified. We have minute by minute. You niggas are caught.
Fucked
Mind
up.
you just leaked bomb plans, and your first move is to ride the dick of Elon.
Now, mind you, let's get into the broader. Let's get to the broader.
Talk to Elon.
Let's get to the broader context of it, because if we really think about what has happened, right, this looks so bad for the right because all of this talk about DEI. Yeah. All of this talk about how merit we can't have it has to be merit based. We can't have you have to have the qualifications. This motherfucker here was literally added. Before I get into this, Pete Hegseth, a previously undisclosed whistleblower, a report on Hegseth's tenure as the president of the Concerned Veterans for America from 2013 to 2016 describes him as being repeatedly intoxicated while acting in his official capacity to the point of needing to be carried out of the organization's events. This is a 7-page detailed report.
Pete
gossip.
He off the handle.
He off the Don Julio Julio. And he said, and this was a 7-page document, like report that was filed by multiple former employees and sent to the organization's senior management of February of 2015. You don't just do that by accident.
No.
This is somebody with that on their record. No qualifications besides he was in the military at one point and he dick sucks Donald Trump for a daily basis. And he just got caught up leaking top classified secrets because he has no fucking qualifications.
Done for.
DEI.
What are we talking about, bro?
It's a problem when a black 4-star general exists. It's a problem when Jackie Robinson has a page explaining that he was in the military. But this white motherfucker can literally leak bomb plans 2 hours in advance.
Nuts.
Damn.
Walking about
I thought it was merit-based.
Nuts.
And then goes out and then lies about it when the shit is all out.
It's already there,
They're
bro.
lying and it's there.
Imagine Barack Obama.
Bro.
Yeah. Imagine, bro, he is done in a heartbeat.
I'm not even gonna say what the fuck.
Nigga,
we know what that nigga
they'd
would
rip
be.
his suit off, nigga.
We know.
Never mind.
We know.
Let's save that for the
We
whole
know
conversation.
what they would do to him. And this is quite literally like the biggest, like this is like, for this nigga to be talking about Hillary and it being a scandal, this is the biggest. They all
tweeted
got
about
caught
it.
up.
Yeah, Hillary did tweet about it.
Yeah, she was like, you gotta be fucking
You gotta
kidding
be
me.
Because, like, imagine going through all that and you see that. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But I have a question for you. What do you think the future looks like after seeing all this shit?
After seeing all this shit,
And
we're
do
gonna
you
get into
feel
it
like
with
people
the-
gonna be like removed or some shit?
do you think it'd be a shift?
I think that our job right now is to hammer on this point because my feeling is, they don't give a fuck about law and order at all. So, the Republicans, the Trump administration is probably going to get pardoned or some shit from Trump because at this point we don't even give a fuck about optics. I don't know if any of them will see any actual punishment. The thing that it really comes into play, though, is the senators. The Republicans that are going to constantly be asked about this and how we need to keep pressure on the fact that you guys are defending. This is the biggest national security fuck up in recent history.
And I need all the veterans to stand on this shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All of the veterans.
Because think about it as somebody going into a combat zone. Imagine
they're
your
putting you in
cords are
danger.
leaked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're putting you in danger.
They could toughen up their defense because they know exactly where the fuck you coming. You could get hurt.
Yeah.
Because now they know what the fuck's happening. And that's because of the sheer incompetence of this administration. They don't even give a fuck. We talking about this shit on stick.
Just imagine,
No,
bro.
that's a real
Just
good
imagine if the Houthis got that shit, bro. They move out of that area. They bombed the shit. Oh, yeah, we killed them all. You go there, nothing there. Now you're surrounded and ambushed and killed.
Cooked because you fucked it. and I think
get a whole bunch of
I think we're gonna get
innocent
into what the Dems have to kind of do in this moment and what it looks like going forward in the doom of the day. Even though it's not really a doom because both of these are actually really good
doom
doom
of the day.
This was doom in the literal sense that like holy fuck, there are people in charge of this country that are this incompetent. But it's also good in the sense that like this is the line of attack. You need to be doing this shit.
Now we got to press in that wound.
Yes, this does not mean that this becomes the only attack. You need to incorporate this because this is insane. And I feel like right now what we're seeing around the country, which is crazy for this to happen right now, is a splitting between what the Dems are going to do. Right? It's either going to be action or inaction. And there's some that are not doing shit, and there are some that are actually out here doing stuff. And this just kind of adds fuel to that fire. I feel like we're more united on this issue, which we need to be. But getting into that, right? All of this shit happens, right? So what the fuck do we do in response? What does the left do in response? What does the Democrats do in response? Along with pressing this, we have to make some very smart choices. So right after the last episode, when we talked about the whole shit with Chuck Schumer and the vote and everything, right? Chuck Schumer had a book tour that he had scheduled or whatever. He canceled that because he was safety, and he's been going on like a defense tour. Pretty much, he went on like The View. He's been going on other stuff, putting up the same defense about I had to vote with the Republicans. I had to kowtow to the same people who just leaked
the bomb details.
Real
Insane.
Mind you, cool.
Okay, Chuck.
All right, Chuck. And then and then we touched on the historically low approval rating of the Democrats right now. So now we've been given this gift, right? And there seems to be the gift of doom. And there seems to be people who are still keen on fucking this up. So you had the Schumer angle where you're trying to like, oh, we had the XYZ. Then we have Gavin Newsom, right? Gavin Newsom is the governor of California, and people have been speculating that he's going to run for president in 2028, right? So he started a podcast, right? Probably keep his name in the news, like, try to engage, right? Originally, I was like, oh, Gavin Newsom got a podcast because he went and he debated Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, and he was running circles around that man. He had the numbers on hand. He was calling him out on every lie. I'm like, oh, so he's finna go on an arc where he like battles
villain arc.
Yeah. Would you believe me when I say I was let the fuck down? So he launched a podcast. It's called This Is Gavin Newsom, and his first 3 guests were Charlie Kirk, Steve Bannon, and Michael Savage.
That makes
right?
I didn't even know who Steve Bannon was.
Charlie Kirk. Y'all know Charlie Kirk, the one who was like, if I go in,
Mr. Gums himself.
If I see a black woman pilot, I'm gonna be afraid. He said that like word for word.
He spends his free time arguing with children.
You want to know what he did?
What did he do?
He dick sucked them. He basically was there and he was like, yeah, my kid watches you, and how do we?
He did.
How do we learn?
Wow.
Loves you,
My
man.
13-year-old. You're admitting that your son loves watching Charlie Kirk, and you're not having a problem with this?
Nuts.
What are you doing in your house?
Mind you, you're the governor of California. Nuts.
Yeah, they already look at you as a left-wing, like leftist lunatic, but I guess he's trying to shed that veneer in favor of clicking up with the fascists. So Charlie Kirk's on there. He doesn't pressure him on nothing, right? Steve Bannon. A lot of y'all might not know who Steve Bannon is.
Bro.
Steve Bannon, right, was originally he was the chairman of Breitbart News. He was like the leader of that organization, which is a right-wing disinformation shit. They had Milo Yiannopoulos as one of the key writers. He's the nigga who headed Kanye West's campaign, and he's like a Nazi with with Nick Fuentes, all them. Yes. So he was working under Steve Bannon. And Trump appointed him as his like chief strategist in his first administration. You want to know who really liked that pick? David Duke, the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Oh my God.
Yes. He called Bannon's appointment excellent.
Oh,
that's who he had on.
yo.
This is cyber.
He also went to jail because he failed to comply with the House subpoena on the January 6th investigation. Because they deemed that he had pretty important information to like when they tried to overthrow the government, and he just did not comply with the subpoena, so they sent him to jail. He only got out because Trump won and he pardoned him.
Trump pardoned him?
Yes.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
Yes, right? He had him on there, right? And then a lot of you might not know who Michael Savage is, because I didn't know who Michael Savage was. Can we play the clip on who is Michael Savage? Because shout out to Secular Talk, Kyle Kalinske. He basically distilled it. This is all you need to know about Michael Savage.
A lot of you are probably too young to remember who Michael Savage is. He was one of the biggest radio hosts in the country during like the Rush Limbaugh era, the Sean Hannity era, late 90s, early 2000s, right? Here's what you need to know about Michael Savage. He was banned from the United Kingdom for his extremism. He said, quote, I was very disappointed in Trump attacking white supremacy. He said trans healthcare, quote, should be outlawed. He said Bernie and Hillary are communists, and then he used the famous quote of, first they came for the rich people and I said nothing. to try to go after Bernie and Hillary. He said, put down BLM protesters like feral dogs. He compared Obama to Hitler and said Obama is doing white genocide. He mocked PTSD and depression, implying it wasn't real. He called Obama, quote, the new leader of the caliphate. He said Obama is spreading Ebola virus on purpose. He said Trump saved white kids from slavery. He defended torture. He calls left-wingers vermins. He talked about wanting to reach for his Glock to shoot lesbians. He said, quote, our children are being destroyed by gay marriage. He said, quote, the children's minds are being raped by the homosexual mafia. He said white people are the only people that don't vote based on race. He says autism is a fraud, a racket, a brat who hasn't been told to cut the act out in 99% of cases. He said, quote, we have to go to war with Iran. He said, quote, our freedoms are choking us to death. He got fired from MSNBC because he screamed at a guy to, quote, get AIDS and die. And then finally, his most controversial of all, controversial is one way of describing it. He said we should kill 100 million Muslims. This is who Gavin Newsom had on his podcast with. And this is who he had on his podcast, and this is who he played fucking patty cakes with.
Yeah. These are his
governor of California.
Yeah. The governor of California put these 3 individuals on his first 3 episodes of this podcast and did not push back at all. Just let them.
Any of those talking points, he didn't bring anything up.
And I understand there's a lot of people that might be like, oh, you know, the problem with the left is they don't see both sides of the. Look me dead in the face. And maybe, okay, Steve Bannon. Fucking Charlie Kirk. That's
Michael.
That's the person that we should be having a heart-to-heart with.
What happens
because
is,
how?
bro,
I'm not seeing that style.
A lot of
fucking
people,
what?
bro, for what? And a lot of people will be like, oh, you need to hear the other talking point. You need to like have, like you said, both sides. I think the problem with having both sides is it almost damn near excuses like that whole thing. Because now you're promoting this person who
And the
just said
thing
you
is,
should kill
That's
Muslims.
saying you'd have a productive conversation between Fred Hampton and the fucking KKK wizard.
Yeah.
That's like if we had that's like if we had
No.
a productive conversation with Kanye West. Right? No, he's going to, bro. You know he's.
And I feel like, right, the issue is someone strategically was like, you know, they're going to call you a left SJW XYZ. No matter what, they called Barack Obama a communist. So I have no problem with you talking to these people if you're going to fight them.
Yeah.
Because they're just wrong and lying on everything. And you coddling up and not pushing back on them is you ceding ground to them. You think anyone's leaving this interaction being like, I'm gonna vote for that Gavin Newsom. If you're watching Michael Savage, you're not voting for Gavin Newsom, no matter how much Gavin Newsom wants to understand your perspective.
I guarantee you, all those supporters of those 3 people went to his podcast to watch them slam
the entire time.
Yes.
The entire time, like Charlie Kirk especially was taking like pot shots at him, like trying to get him to condemn. Like they're doing trans healthcare on migrants. Do you condemn that? Basically throwing out all the right-wing talking points because he's media trained to do exactly that. And Gavin Newsom's like, yeah, you know, yeah, I mean, we do have to work a little bit on that. What are you talking about? He said we should put down BLM protesters like rabid dogs. There is no middle ground between that.
There's not.
There's no. As a person who should be running for president, your goal is to try to get the people who are more left wing, who don't give a fuck about politics. There are so many people who don't vote.
Not turn over the fucking KKK.
Yeah. No, they're not going to come to you. No,
it don't matter what you
No matter
say.
how many times Pootie go up to fucking Zinc, nigga.
Imagine this,
don't
right?
matter,
Like,
nigga.
because I'm not that, like, I didn't know who he was. So imagine I see a clip of that. I have no idea who he is, and he says, like, a good talking about. I'm like, damn, he said some cool shit. And then I see this, he's talking about wanting to kill Muslims.
Yeah.
Now imagine that for the average person who is.
Exactly. Someone who
That's like
doesn't know
very
them.
dangerous.
You're platforming that.
So he had Tim Walz on. I don't think we'll have time to watch the clip, but he had Tim Walz on, and he basically pushed back on Tim Walz more than like
you
anyone
pushed
else.
back on
because
Tim.
Tim Walz is basically sitting there like, yo, these guys are like horrible people.
In the
right?
nicest way.
Yes.
Right? Love Tim Walz.
Yeah, he's like, these guys are horrible people. Maybe we should. It's misogyny. It's racism. Like, I don't know how we message that or get them. And he's like, you know, we have to understand these people. We have to like figure out where they're coming from. They
Figure out where a nigga that said, I want 100 million Muslims gone.
You want to know what he did?
You want to understand him.
You want to know what he did? He made a comparison between like Steve Bannon and Bernie Sanders
Kill you.
because he's like
I almost said something terrible.
he was like
I almost said something that I couldn't take back.
He made a comparison between Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump because he's no Bernie Sanders and Steve Bannon because he's like Steve Bannon he said Steve Bannon says a lot of stuff Bernie says, you know, about like being anti the oligarchy, anti the billionaires. He was in Trump's first administration. They cut taxes for billionaires. He didn't say shit the entire time. He got out. The current Trump cabinet, his net worth is $11.8 billion without Elon Musk.
Holy shit.
And he is, yeah, we like Trump. He does not give a fuck. You want to know what Steve Bannon is? He's a liar who understands that there are people out there who don't like the rich people, who don't like the oligarchy. So he acts like he's that, and then he goes and clicks up right with them. He's a liar. He's been a liar. And Gavin Newsom is sitting there acting like he's earnest, just like Bernie Sanders. Difference is Bernie Sanders been saying the same shit for 50
fucking years.
And
No, I
still
remember
been
I
about
saw-
it.
I saw a clip
him,
of that
like,
nigga.
in a-
Nigga, the shit was like, nah, it wasn't black and white, but you know, like when it has the
60s and
dots
the
on it.
70s.
Was he in a lecture?
Yeah. Huh?
Was he in a
Yeah,
lecture?
the nigga-
Yeah, it was a lecture.
Bro, I was like, shit. I was like, I didn't even know he got that young nigga. Like, fuck. Like,
So basically what we're doing is we're like actively normalizing these people because you're trying to like curry favor.
No, they need to be
let me
banished to the shadow
I'm going to
realm.
go on the record right now. If Gavin Newsom is the nominee doing that shit, y'all will lose again.
Yeah,
Because you keep. I remember Kamala tried to implement a similar strategy where towards the end of the campaign she was running around with Liz Cheney, who basically did the January 6th investigation, but she's a Republican, so just trying to do the Republicans for Kamala. They don't like you, and they're showing that the way that they're gutting
don't
the
know
government,
why.
the way that they're bombing
don't
countries.
know why.
let's think about it. Let's think about it. In total, right? Just a rough estimate. Let's say 150 million people vote. There's damn near 400 million in the United States, right?
Yeah.
That means you could at least pull on, I'm just throwing fucking numbers around. You could at least try to pull at least, let's just say 50 million people. You win every fucking election.
Yeah.
Why are we
giving
catering to the 77 million that voted
already
for the
chose.
fucking right?
They
Why?
saw the
Why are
first
you
Trump
trying to? No, that's what I was
Why
thinking.
are you
'Cause
trying to flip
the whole
that?
time he's saying that, I'm like, why are you trying to convert these people? They don't give a fuck.
They don't. They don't give a fuck.
They will never. And they saw the first Trump administration, and then they voted again for. Maybe you can say, yeah, those people, we shouldn't. Maybe they're not a priority this time. Let's see what other people who don't even give a fuck about politics, what they want. Oh, y'all want
Exactly.
universal health care? Or y'all want
We got that.
college
Oh, you want?
covered?
You
we
think
got
that's what
that.
Trump was
Yeah.
doing? Trump didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Trump's whole goal is trying to get non-college educated white people to vote, and he did that very successfully, which is why he's trying to cut the Department of Education.
Fucking
Right.
bang. Bang.
Like, and you're over here trying to
Rebound box.
like won't go. So this is in my opinion, completely shit strategy, and it showed because they did a survey of 1,000 California voters constructed by Capital Weekly, and they found that 26% of 26% said their view of Gavin Newsom worsened after hearing clips from the Charlie Kirk.
Insane.
Price
You just
and
fucked
Hatter.
up your whole
So
shit.
his popularity is like decreasing now because everyone wants their politicians to fight right now, not to give Charlie Kirk a megaphone to
Another
shit
platform.
on you while
Right.
you talk about.
And now he
my
beco-
son loves you.
And then he
And now
made-
he becomes bigger.
literally, and then he made that comparison with Bernie Sanders, bro. What just happened
Like,
with Bernie
what?
Sanders?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Bernie Sanders and on the action side, on people who aren't doing this bullshit, trying to like convert people who don't fucking like you. Republicans and Democrats alike have been getting like hassled at their town halls. Democrats for voting with fucking Elon and Trump and them on that bill that just passed, and Republicans for existing and defending all this shit. So in response, Tim Walz has been going on a town hall tour in like Trump districts or whatever and getting people out to be like, yo, I know y'all see this shit and it's crazy. And AOC and Bernie have also been going on a fighting oligarchy tour around the country. So the progressives are like kind of stepping up. They went to Civic Center Park in Denver, and it was 34,000 people that gathered. Mind you,
Damn.
this is the biggest crowd Bernie has had for anything. He ran for president twice. He didn't have a bigger crowd than this. And also, it is an off year.
I was going to say, also,
It's-
we're in an off year.
It's not an election.
Pulling 34,000 in an off
Wait,
year. is
y'all gotta.
nuts.
We gotta.
No, you
deep this.
actually have to
nigga.
30,000.
Nigga.
This is an all.
Yes.
Like
This is an
I ain't gonna lie,
off
bro.
off
If I'm
year,
a
34. Like if
Never
this
mind. I don't
doesn't
even
send a
wanna get
message
into
to
it.
all Democrats, like bro,
Yes.
this is
Speaking
something
of-
that we need.
Speaking of
bro.
the messaging to all Democrats, Axios, they published an article and they were talking about how the Democrat like reaction is. They said an official was like, any Democratic incumbent who thinks that they can rest on their laurels and not show their constituents that they're fighting like hell is making a mistake. That was Representative Jared Huffman from California. He's a Democrat. And apparently a senior House Democrat, they spoke anonymously because they didn't want to get outed, but they said the people who've been voting with Republicans on these bills are the ones who are probably going to get primaried, and they received a call from a colleague after a town hall crying, and they were saying, they hate us, they hate us. Yeah.
Damn.
It's getting,
I'm so
it's getting
happy.
wicked. It's getting wicked because people are like,
it's the best political news I've heard in
a
weeks,
minute, bro. And
Yes.
especially like with Bernie going through the shit he's been through, it's the fact that he's still trying, and it's an off year for the Dems.
Bernie's
It's like
in
you're
his
still
damn
going.
near 80s,
He's
right?
old as
still healthy, kicking. He like
Going
83,
crazy.
kicking about.
Crazy,
And
man.
like you said, bro,
Bernie,
he's still
come to the jam.
come to the jam, bro.
Hey,
Fuck him, bro.
I mean, sir.
And it's so crazy. Like he's talking about the same shit he was talking about back then, and he's still going. And you're old.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do this,
This-
especially
He
now,
really
bro.
cares,
And he really
bro.
cares. He's
He
cared
really
his entire
gives a fuck,
career.
bro.
And I feel like this is a very pivotal way.
Nah, your sticker.
Oh,
Your
shit.
sticker.
Fucking bad.
It's a very pivotal moment, and this was back in
this was
2020
back in yeah.
when I was in the scud in high school. Y'all niggas ain't bullshit.
Bro, the reason I even found out and was like heavy into Bernie was because of him. He kept letting me know. He was like, yo, like this.
Yeah, so this is a very pivotal time. We could be having our own Tea Party moment, which is basically like back in 2010. No, not that.
Oh,
It
I
was,
thought you
they
said
named it
Boston
after
Tea
that
Party.
though.
Yeah.
The Republicans in 2010, like a bunch of rich people, like funded it and backed it, but basically they like got a bunch of Republicans to be like, all right, we're like where they are now pretty much started with the Tea Party, where they're like, all right, we need these lower taxes, y'all niggas bullshit, and Obama just won 60 seats, let's get this shit the fuck out of here. And then they started that,
funding
and then now
Yeah,
we're
we
just
need
slow. So
this,
this
yeah.
is kind of
We
like
need that.
That's
our-
what I
This
was
is like the
going to
first
bring that
one.
up. I was like, this is when we need like the billionaires that every 4 years come out, Bron, and come out and say, hey,
it's
guys,
actually getting real crazy that
Hey,
y'all not
guys,
talking about this right now.
vote blue guys. They come out right before the election. All the billionaires, all the celebrities. Hey guys, let's vote this.
Yeah.
This is when we need y'all niggas to start throwing millions at these campaigns.
Speaking
at
of
Bernie,
throwing
at AOC,
millions,
like this is what we need.
Speaking of throwing millions, let's talk about what you can do at home, right? Because I know it can seem like stressful, and we're also at a very pivotal moment. You need to call representatives if you can. Call your representatives and let them know that you want people to like fight. You want people who are going to fight. Keep pressure on them and on Schumer and everyone in Democratic leadership to let us know we're not letting this shit go, especially after the incompetency we just saw today and yesterday. Stay informed. And the reason why I say that and about pouring millions into it, there's a Wisconsin Supreme Court race happening on April 1st right now. And Elon Musk has poured over $10 million into getting the Republican candidate for this to win. Do you know why he's done that? Take a guess. I'm not even going to let you guess because whatever you're going to say, you don't get it. In 2020, this court, the Wisconsin Supreme Court, rejected Trump's attempts to overturn his election loss in the battleground state in a 4-3 ruling. It was 4-3. That ruling, that case sought to have 221,000 ballots disqualified in the state's two most Democratic areas. They were legit trying to just throw out
fucking 200,000.
swing the election to him, and they would have if they didn't lose by one vote on the
That's
Supreme Court.
nuts. So they really want to win this.
So they really want to get the liberal justice who's up for re-election out of there and get her in. And he spent over $10 million to ensure that this has happened. That money has been poured into Brad Schiemel's campaign, and they're trying to get rid of Judge Susan Crawford. If you're in Wisconsin, make sure you make a plan to vote on April 1st. I think they have same-day registration as well. Yeah. So do it. Because this is literally, they're trying to pour in all these money into these campaigns, unlike, some of the billionaires with left-wing sentiments that could be doing the same thing. They're trying to pour in all this money because they understand that if they win this court, they're going to get to gerrymander the fuck out of that state. They could throw out a lot of their election stuff, and that justice who they're giving all the money to has, or the candidate has said that they're gonna Trump's agenda, basically like a MAGA nigga. That's pretty much what it is. Okay. So if he wins, it gets really fucking scary in that state. So
I think
that's what we need.
Wisconsin, bro. We need y'all to pop out Wisconsin.
Yeah.
What to do? Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your grandma, tell your the neighbor dog and shit. Yeah.
Brad Schemel. It's supposed to be a nonpartisan race, but Brad Schemel is the one that Elon is trying to handpick to win, and Susan Crawford is the one that they really don't want to win. Do with that information what you will.
Their biggest downfall is like I think because you see Trump and you see the shit he does, I think to them it's like, oh, we can really get away with anything. So they get comfortable. So then dumb shit like that happens.
Yep. I don't
And then
know.
it's just going to keep happening.
The reason why that's so terrifying is because, well, not only are they just outwardly trying to buy this shit or whatever, but now we now have information that they are using text message channel that's specifically like designed to be discreet and off the record to discuss specific bombing plans. What else could they be?
Not only that, you're not taking it serious.
Yes.
This is game news.
So with that being said, the other thing that you could do if you really want to is subscribe to the Jaam.
You could.
Because you get all this
Definitely
information
subscribe to the Jaam.
on a platter if you really don't got the time to look up.
Fuck
the
Batman
website.
for young black men, nigga.
Fuck
You know the
Batman.
deal.
Fuck
Block
Batman. Fuck
it.
Elon Musk. All that.
Kanye.
But let's
I got a little mad.
Let's move into the
We're
final 10, more like the final 2.5, because they're about to kick us the fuck out of here. But we've been telling y'all to leave comments using hashtag JaamTalks, and we decided that we were going to pull 4 of them. Full transparency, I don't know which one I'm going to read, but y'all, we selected ours earlier.
I don't know the one I'm going to read.
We selected ours earlier. Thank you guys for leaving comments. If you guys want comments to be mentioned and read, then leave the hashtag. We're telling you, hashtag JaamTalks, and it'll increase your likelihood that your comment makes it into an episode.
Indeed.
So let's get into. We had a lot this time. Thank you guys
and we'll
so
read
much.
your names and shit.
Yeah.
We'll read your names.
Okay,
You get
who
free
wants
clout
to-
and shit.
I gotta, actually, no, we got to go in the Jaam format. You got to
go in the Jaam format.
Yeah.
Oh my
Jaam
god.
format. Nah, I go.
No, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Someone asked, what do you think about Trump and the Department of Education? I haven't actually talked about this yet because everything happened and then these niggas leaked the bomb. So, insane. Yeah. He made a order gutting the Department of Education. They need an act of Congress to actually get rid of the whole thing. So basically, he just directed the person who heads it to like make as many cuts as fucking possible.
Yeah.
Which means that your child
They
now
already made like hella cuts.
I have no idea what's been happening. I need to update myself on it. But which this means, right? Okay, just so, because we don't have fucking private schools everywhere. We don't have school voucher, and you probably don't have the ability to drive your kid 40 fucking minutes across the town to go to whatever private school. Exactly. We don't have the infrastructure for anything else besides public school right now, which means that your child will feel the effects of these cuts. Yeah. When they're talking about the lunch programs is getting bullshit, when they talking about the textbooks, when they talking about all these fees and everything, just know that the apparatus that gives funding to these schools everywhere is being heavily cut by the president of the United States, and that will affect what the fuck happens to your kid when they wake up every morning.
Yeah. Nuts.
Who did that comment come from?
Oh, that comment came from, sorry, let me give you your props. Owsley88.
W
question.
The next one is spandex. Day 3 on asking y'all opinion on Juice WRLD, whether y'all think his music had an impact on the rap scene or you think his influence to push drugs to the youth, even though he told people not to follow.
That's a
great question.
That's a
You
very
just
question.
asked the right niggas this question.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
don't, we have lore with the whole
We do
Juice
got
WRLD,
lore.
which we don't know.
I mean, we went to the same school.
He got us started, yeah.
True, you gotta start.
You guys started.
Yeah.
So I think I was a junior and he was a senior. We both went to the same school. I ain't really know him like that, but Sean, he knows him like
our family friend / cousin.
Mhm.
He knew him very well. And then your brother,
my
as
brother
well.
knew him well,
Our
yeah.
cousin as well knew him very well.
Crazy. But
Yeah, he used to like live damn near like down.
yeah,
the
he
street
lived down
from
the
me.
street.
Yeah.
This nigga, yeah.
And
I
I
remember
remember
hearing-
I remember because he put me on with the first Juice WRLD music. I remember I seen the first time I think I seen Juice WRLD was he did that freestyle for the senior
Goosebumps
class.
freestyle,
They did a
bro.
Goosebumps
Oh my,
freestyle
he
for the senior
snapped
class
on
at
that
HF,
bitch.
and that nigga snapped.
Right.
And he said next year he'll cop a Beamer or some shit, and he blew up that next year.
year.
And
Dude,
Lucid
crazy.
Dreams dropped.
Yeah.
That first mixtape before Lucid Dreams with Let Me Know.
Yeah, well, Let Me Know, Autograph.
Yeah.
I
And
had
On My
autograph
Mind.
repeat.
I remember
Oh my
that during that
God.
time, I remember the first song I listened was to Lucid Dreams. But this was like way before it even blew up. Y'all don't even know what this app is called. It's called
Spin
Spinrilla
Rilla.
with the gorilla on it. Yes,
to have
bro.
like leaked G Herbo songs.
Literally all the
Yeah,
leaks you
yeah.
could find from that shit. It was Lucid Dreams, and I was like, "Yo, this song hit." And I remember I stopped listening to it for a while, and then randomly, Lyrical Lemonade posted a whole. I was like, "What the fuck happened to this?"
You know the first
Yeah.
time I think I heard Lucid Dreams, and I think it was On My Mind, which was from the mixtape right before. The first time I heard that song was, I remember we was little scuds at middle school, and we had just got done with track practice, and AB came and picked me up in the red Dodge Avenger, and he was taking me home, and the nigga started playing it. Oh shit, nigga, that was
That's
before
crazy.
it like
Nah,
fully dropped.
I think this though, right? I think I mean, obviously he was into hella drugs. I wouldn't say I don't think it had an effect on the youth, just because I feel like a lot of rappers are.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Juice.
Yeah.
But you know,
I also feel
he
like
was talented, bro. And
Yeah.
that's it. Took him
I
out,
think
bro.
like you said, most artists like they promote it, but it's not like they mean it's because that's their everyday life. And I feel like with art,
Juice
you
was doing
present.
chat.
Chat is crazy.
Juice was doing drugs in HF.
Yeah, he was. I remember they were talking
That's
about he'd be in the back of the HF bus, like perked out.
He being
like as his freshman. They were all
E-building. They said
saying
that
that,
nigga be parked down in E-building and shit.
Yeah,
that's why it's like, and it's a tragic thing with Juice WRLD, and it obviously hit all of us hard because of that connection that we had or whatever to him and his music. But it's also like I never put too much onus. As much as I would love artists to rap and make music about more positive stuff, if that's your life, most of the time these people are going to be rapping and making music about their life. And if his life was actually that of somebody who was drug addicted, which it was, then that comes out in the music. You can finger wave and be like, no, because the kids.
At the end of the day,
that is out of his control.
That's his perspective. He gonna say it, and I think it depends on how you look at it, right? I think if you look at it in the sense of like, yo, this man is really, because I remember there's a song where he's like literally confessing, like it's hard talking about like kill himself and shit, and it's like you hear that, it's like, yo, I don't want to go down that path.
Yeah.
Or like it can help a person who is struggling with that drug addiction to know they aren't alone and to know that they can get better from it.
And I will say, from speaking from personal experience, I've been listening to Juice WRLD since I was a kid, and I have never once wanted to try drugs because of Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
Like it sounds scary to me. It sounded like horrible.
Yeah. It's scary.
Hell. So I will
thank
say,
you for that comment.
Thank you for that comment. His
Dealing with
musical
depression and
influence,
shit.
if he would have lived for a little longer, I feel like his musical influence would have been a lot more felt. But you've seen a lot of people starting to try to ride that wave, like Lil Peeps, the little stuff. He really blew that,
Bro, crazy.
The Chicago influence he has. Nuts.
Insane. Like in dealing with depression and stuff, that man really helped me through that shit a lot.
Yeah.
So it's not like you listen to him talk about drugs. Oh no, I want to take some. Like no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Stop thinking.
Thank you for that
simple.
comment.
Yeah,
You asked the
appreciate
right
that
people that
W
comment.
man.
Literally. Damn talk.
We got another one?
Yeah, I got my comment. From Devin Crispy. Hey, as a brother who's been getting into fashion, what's the best way to kickstart your style? Hashtag damn.
Go rewatch Alan said.
I was gonna say real shit. Like that was the influence, not the influence, not motivation. What's the word I'm looking for?
What?
That was the reason why you did your segment.
Yeah, that was the reason why I did it, because I saw that
inspiration
comment.
behind it.
Yes, that was the
Yes,
inspiration. So
yes.
Devin Grisby, I appreciate that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So I'd say this, right? It's very complicated getting your own style. And a lot of people don't talk about it. I think it's simple. You can just look it up and find trendy kind of styles, but that's not the way to go. I think you always need a reference point on what you want. Sure, you can like clothes, but you really don't understand what you're getting into. I think you kind of look in the fashion scene, kind of look at the clothes they're wearing, but don't absorb it so much to the point it becomes your style. I would say look at the clothes, look at the proportions, look at the fitting of it. Don't look at the specific pieces, but the way they fit and the proportions of it. So then you can understand that and implement it to your own style. Another thing is I say go out, look at different pieces. Just look at, like, you don't have to think of an outfit. Just look at shirts you like. Look at flannels you like, jackets you like.
Piece
and then
it
you
together.
literally and piece it together. And it's a thing of practice. It's a thing of like you keep doing it, you keep researching it, you keep looking at different things, you study colors. Because for me, I remember when I was getting into fashion, it was the weirdest thing for me, but I would kind of go out to trail walks and look at like nature, because like a lot of the color palettes of nature go together. When you look at like certain birds, it's weird as shit, but it's real. When you look at certain birds,
Me and this nigga were walking. We looked at that blue and
yeah,
black
we looked. I was
bird.
like, yo, that's art. You look at kind of like the color palette of the bird, and it's like, yo, you can damn near make a fit of that because it all matches. So all it is, bro, it's practice. Don't absorb what's in the media too much. Just kind of like look at what you like and pick up pieces.
What you like.
Yeah, and just because of the person that you are looking up to in fashion is like very heavily validated and they can dress, doesn't mean you should copy their style. Just look at what they're wearing and how it's fitting and implement it to yours.
Also, be willing to take some criticism and ask some people around you, like, and everything. Because
Well, I got this shit on.
I didn't
Fuck
have
no.
I didn't have no fucking sense of style or anything before I like had these niggas have some input on it, and now I will like by myself run through like different fits. I was running through clothes trying to put together this fit because I was like, all right, what matches with the layering shit? You just learn more shit to
Literally. Thank you. And like, just because you brought it up, it brought some of my mind. Please take risk. Please take risks, bro. If it's something that you find interesting and you're a little scared to wear it, that means it's going to hit. If your mama say it's ass, it hit. You have to do it, bro. Just take those risks and find out about yourself, man. That's the practice about discovering yourself.
Bro.
cool.
W.
And then the last, the last but not least comment.
It went jabba-dabba. So
yeah, we did not go in jam format.
All right, this came from FXAN_05. How'd you guys feel when the judge went rogue on Trump?
Oh, like the judges, I guess the ones who have been finally stepping up to stop.
Oh, definitely.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It seems that
It's a start.
It seems this administration just kind of has like disregard for court orders, at least so far, especially with the Tren de Aragua stuff. But it's a start. It's definitely a start. It remains to be seen what the full reaction is going to be. And once we see that, then it'll be cool. But I can't get excited yet because something tells me that they're just going to be like, all right, fuck it, we don't care.
And they go, okay.
Yeah.
And he has a statement too. He said, I also put my mom and my great grandparents onto you guys, and they love it. Put some respect on y'all's name.
Really?
Shout out to
Wait, what was
it?
Shout out to
Shout out. What was his name?
FXAN_05.
I'm not gonna remember that, but shout out to your grandma.
Shout out to
Shout out to everybody, man.
And thank all of you for watching and tuning in to another episode of The Jam.
And before we peace out, if y'all want y'all comments read, make sure y'all do #JaamTalks, and we will read your comment. Make sure that shit hit, and don't say no bullshit, because we will fight.
If you use it, we probably will read it. And if it doesn't get in, that doesn't mean we didn't. Just
we read every comment.
We read everything.
Yeah. That's
We're
all
lying,
we do all day.
but
I'm not lying. I be in my bed, fetal position.
Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, fucking subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What are you doing? You think we just sitting here doing this shit for nothing?
You think you're gonna just sit here and like and share this shit?
Click that fuck. I know you're not subscribed. Click it.